In the meantime, don't go anywhere. And
Wow.
chat, I do owe. Chat's like fire go boom.
Fire do go boom.
Chat was asking about ciphers,
go boom.
so I'm going to explain those really quick too. But you guys can go ahead and start intermitting if you need to like stretch your legs or
If you
whatever.
want to do planning, I can explain ciphers.
Actually, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would love it if you did that.
Yeah.
Thanks, because you just blew up a third of my army. So I got to figure out what that means.
You know what it means?
It's
Not
story
only
time.
not only is it story time at the Wing Badger Tavern, that means 2 more to go, my friend.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't really. Yeah, I mean, maybe. We'll see.
Can you hand me that device over there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here. I'll make you big on screen, too.
Okay.
There you go. You're big.
All right. So
Just
hello.
remember this: the terrain blocks a little bit of you, so don't block it by that. Okay.
Oh, let me wash out of here. Thank you. Okay. So, I have thing in my hand a replica of what a cipher is. All right. Now, I can't read chat right now, so rip because chat is on that computer, but the DM is probably taking notes. Actually, DM. Am I allowed to sit at that computer so I can read chat? Or you have notes
no,
up?
you can sit here. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll minimize my notes real quick.
Can you switch the camera to the DM
Yeah,
camera?
it is safe.
Okay.
There you go. I'm about to be replaced by Cleo.
Ah. Oh, hello. How you doing? So here's the device in my hand. So now I can read you, chat. All right. Oh yeah, no. DM stuff is fun. I've never actually. I think I've only helped DM once, right? I've always wanted to do like my own little DM thing. I have like a few story ideas bouncing around my head, but I love world building. World building is so fun. But anyway, you didn't want to hear about that. You wanted to hear about ciphers. So, in our world, a big thing of the world building was that magic got emped, right? It got EMP'd. Later, our DM devised, the actual lore behind it and why, and that's actually kind of the whole plot, right?
Just as a little addendum, those world building streams are available on our YouTube channel.
There you go. Another reason to check out our YouTube channel. So, during that time, it was called the Darkening. And afterwards, we have found out, and through the course of our campaign, right, that there is a special mineral that when treated, condensed, and formed just right, you can turn into compressed things of magic, which is very unusual because, one, the weave is gone in our world. There is no weave, except, as we found out, the rods. The rods seem to project their own weave within a certain radius. But in general, there is no weave. There is no divine magic. We're cut off from the gods. So, but somehow this company, which also seems to be behind a lot of things and may or may not be, related to the aboleths, it might be something they're behind. Hint, they are. They have created Wingle Digits. Wingle Digits is a currency, and here's a replica of what one might look like. It's a currency, but also the condensed form of that mineral. So you can spend these to do spells and such, but only if you actually had access to the spells. Now, what if you wanted the everyday man to have access to spells? What if you wanted to offload that? And it's a bit of like artificery, right? So here is what we have, is a cipher. A cipher is a way to do a spell without the need of actually having the magical knowledge or ability. So what you will do is you'll have like a little slot. You insert Wingle Digits into there. This one takes 10. And when you insert them in there, you can then cast a spell. And, I mean, there's ciphers of all sorts of things, but they're roughly about this size. It can be various shapes. And, of course, with artificery, they don't necessarily have to be powered this way. This is a handheld cipher. They could also be powered by wire, hot wire, I believe. But, there's various ways to power them. But this is a handheld variant. But it's basically a way to machine a spell and have it be able to be reproducible given, this magical energy. So it's a neat, interesting thing. The whole idea of Wingle Digits actually came up during our world building, I believe, because we were talking about, I think I might have brought it up, and I forget where I got it because it's not an original idea. I saw it somewhere, and I can't remember where, but the idea of having a currency that is both, a fiat currency, but also a resource that you can then spend and use. I think yesterday I was talking about, like, on the Patreon, how we say Patreon content. It's a YouTube channel thing, and I don't even know if that's uploaded yet because we did that literally yesterday. But that it might have a flaw if you really start thinking nitty gritty about it. It's a currency. If you start using a certain denomination for all your ciphers, how do you replace that? If you do replace that, you need to have services in place for that, right? It's kind of like, hey, I want my car to go, so I'm putting in real money into the gas tank instead of gas, right? When you spend money to get gas, that money stays in circulation, doesn't go away. But with the ciphers, right, you're literally burning your money in order to make things go. So, but either way, that's ciphers. We've ran across all sorts of kind of ciphers. Any kind of spell you can think of, you can make a cipher for it. Some of them are low quality, which means they can only be used a couple of times before they break. Some of them are higher quality, which means they can be used repeatedly. Fit them into all sorts of stuff. The cipher truck is a great example, where it is a motorless and carriage. Horseless and motorless carriage. That's powered purely through artificery and ciphers. So cool stuff. If you have any other questions about ciphers, I'm sure I can answer them. I'm kind of just rambling now. And maybe, just maybe, we can do a little bit of ASMR, because that's what we like to do on the break. ASMR. As I look over at the dog just chilling on the stairs. But yeah, I will say this campaign has been a lot of fun. We've had all sorts of things happen. I think the very first session, it was a lot simpler, Let's see, with those giant containers being warmed at freezing temperatures in the mountains. Ooh. Yeah, that would have been interesting. Yeah, because if but why that big of a container of water? Are you saying they could use it as a weapon? You have the water just stay warm enough to not be freezing, and then you just toss it on your enemies using water magic, and then bam, it freezes on them because you're in freezing temperatures? Oh, quick build fortresses. Ooh. That's an interesting idea. Especially with freezing temperatures that cold, you could just be shape water into a wall, and then bam, it's frozen, and then yeah, that's a really cool idea. And with that much water, 500 by 500 by 500, 500 cubed. That's a large number of gallons. I don't know the 500 feet cubed to gallons, but I can guarantee you it's a lot. Math professor.
Yeah.
Would you be able to convert? Now this is, I don't know the conversion rate. You might have to look this up, but could you convert 500 feet cubed to gallons? Well, yeah. Because I'm kind of curious how many gallons of water that is. Because that's got to be a lot, right? That's got to be a lot. Imagine 500 feet. That's 50 stories. Right? Roughly. That's like a skyscraper. It's like 1 billion gallons. Yeah, I bet it is. just of the sheer volume. Wait. Yeah, somebody quick. Oh, wait, we got it. Oh, it's actually not that bad. It's only 3,740 U.S. liquid gallons. I thought it would be a lot worse. 500 cubic feet to gallons, yes. I thought that would be a lot worse. Doesn't it sound like it should be a lot worse? How much is an Olympic swimming pool? Right? Because that's how they measure things in, like...
America.
Yeah, we measure things in football fields and swimming pools. But whenever they do, like, Discovery Channel, like, that's the equivalent of 4 Olympic swimming pools. At least 12. Well, what...
There are 660,000 gallons.
Is that right, though? Wait. That would be 500 cubic feet, though, right? Like 500 by 500, like, because it's...
There's 660,000 gallons of water in a swimming pool.
660,000
gallons.
We're not doing something right, chat. We're doing math wrong. There's no way there's less than a swimming pool's worth of water in that cube.
1 cubic foot is 7 U.S. gallons.
All right. Times 500.
No, not 500. It's 500 cube.
500 cube. Well, yeah, but...
So if we do 500 cube.
Oh, you're right.
125 million.
500 cubic feet would be 500 feet by 1 foot by 1 foot, right? That would be 500 cubic feet. So a cube of 500 by 500 by 500 would be a lot massive. Okay, so...
You do 125 million.
No, you're right. I did math class. I want you to know, by the way, chat, I did AP calculus and got a 5 out of 5 on that. That looks a lot better. You did 500 times 500 times 500 and then converted that to gallons, right?
Yeah, so 500 times 500 times 500 is 125 million.
You talking to the mic. You're right there.
So 500 cubed is 125 million. Then you do that, and it's a roughly 7 to 1 per cubic feet to gallons.
I want you to know that Google has told us in scientific expression, like e to the...
10 to the 8th.
Yeah, 10 to the 8th. So 9.3 times 10 to the 8th. Gallons.
In a 500.
That makes a lot more sense. See if there's a conversion rate for Olympic swimming pools.
Well, we just do that divided by 6.
Oh, I got little bunny ears. Little bunny ears. I'm so silly, guys.
The moose is loose.
Oh,
It's Zetonia.
I'm Zetonia now.
That eyes open stare with the moose hands, that's the thumbnail for
Oh,
this.
hey everybody, check it out. This isn't going to be in the thing, but I painted yak. Aww.
Oh, wait, what's behind me?
Yeah, wash painted yet, mic in it.
He had a mic in it.
A little, yeah. Wait, can we...
A little bit.
Do you need a chance to go to the bathroom or get a drink or anything before we keep playing?
I emptied my bowels already.
Okay, good for you. I love that I was probably not heard by chat, so you just out of the...
I'm sorry.
I emptied my bowels already.
He's asking me if I need to do something, use the bathroom or anything, and just right into the mic. I'm sorry. I just assume you can hear the rest of the conversation, and I realize we can't. So.
Okay, I'm gonna take that spot back.
Oh, but I was enjoying the spot.
You enjoying the spotlight?
I know.
What?
I enjoy the
You look a little
spotlight,
bit in the
chat.
spotlight, too.
All right. Well, just so you know, that's a lot of volume,
Why?
and
Did you talk to her on the phone?
God, think about it. Wait.
Fuel and fire.
Can somebody-
and air?
All right, chat. I want you to, this is your homework, right? I want you to do this right now if you have access to a computer and you have the free time. See if anybody's actually done the math for like how much heat a fireball is, right? Because I'm thinking like we just
Like how
heated
many
up
BTUs?
BTUs.
Yeah,
I don't know that measurement.
it's a measurement of heat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of just like straight up energy, I guess. Because
Oh, wow, I was just.
I'm just imagining like how much, because
It's
we sealed
also
it.
the stock ticker for Peabody Energy Company, apparently.
Oh. High
It's the British thermal unit,
It's actually
which means it's the thermal unit that Josh likes.
Of course.
I got frescoed.
got
Okay.
Scott.
I gotta move, chat. He's pouring
Studies
fresco
show
on
that
me.
the return of ska is further away
Sorry.
from our point in time than it ever has been before.
Whose phone is this? I think this might be your wife's phone.
Yes, that's my wife's phone.
How many BTUs in a fireball in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons?
Converted to Olympic swimming pools would be 1,400.
That's so American. How
Sorry,
many
say that
swimming
into the mic,
pools is it?
Trevor?
So the cube that is 500 by 500 by 500 would fit 1,400.
Is that a Rush reference, chat? Living in the limelight?
Olympic-sized swimming pools.
That's a lot of swimming pools,
That
chat.
is a
I'm
lot
just
of swimming
saying.
pools.
Yeah, but how many school buses across is it? Americans.
I know
Josh
it's
Everything in
says as if he's not an
shins,
American.
like a real
So
creature.
I know there's a way to do the math for if we can figure out how much energy a 6th level and 5th level fireball would add to a closed system. I'd imagine it's regular air in there, right? But it's sealed. And because of, I forget the law, but you know, with gases, you add heat, you keep the volume the same, thus pressure must increase. You could actually calculate like how much pressure would be created.
Oh, so I got you. How many, like, how much heat? How hot is a fireball is the question I'm looking up on Reddit. And
Sure.
the answer is depends upon how much cinnamon is in it.
I get it. This fireball is a drink and it's a cinnamon.
I don't know how you'd go about calculating the energy in a fireball because you'd have to all you have to go on is damage.
So what
That's
you
a
would,
lot
you would
of
have
damage,
damage,
is what
but
they say.
it also has the descriptor that any objects within it combust.
I mean, that could just be magical though.
Well, yeah, but it's all
But it's
magical
magically
anyway.
adding energy to
Yeah.
combust it, right?
How much energy is magic?
How many combusts will a fireball combust if a fireball can combust fireballs?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
All of
just
them.
saying,
The
theoretically,
the age-old question.
That's right.
Yeah.
there's a way to
age-old
figure this
question.
That's the question of a generation.
out. So
Yeah.
you'd probably have a range, right? Because the way fireballs are
60 feet.
How many licks does it take to get to the center
True.
of a fireball?
The Tootsie Roll center of a fireball.
Yes.
If we choose
Yeah,
a
chat,
real
we are not
world,
sponsored by Rush.
if we
That's
choose a
correct.
real world equivalent of a fireball,
Such as
Spell.
a fireball.
like an
Okay.
explosion that would create
Not
a
a grenade.
fireball, an explosion that would create
True.
a fireball of a similar diameter, right?
Right. Right.
Like
A 60
conventional
foot, a 60 foot
explosive.
diameter.
Which is a lot,
Chat
right?
says one lick, but it burns your tongue.
And then you calculate the energy that conventional explosive
I got
has.
you, chat.
Oh, so yeah, I see what you're saying. That seems like something that a reasonable person would do.
Well, that's. I mean, like, I was being reasonable.
No, yeah, that's
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the dice to the point where the die I'm holding is the same size as the tension die on screen, but I don't think I can
Oh.
get quite close enough. That's okay.
you want me to hold it closer?
I think
Hold me
Trevor, are you looking
closer,
through like
tiny
the Baldur's Gate
dancer.
3? I saw a thing for I thought
I'm
I
going to
saw-
ask ChatGPT.
Never mind. I thought I saw a screenshot.
Don't
of
ask
Baldur's
Chat
Gate 3.
GPT. Let's play D&D.
Ah, it rhymed.
Chat D&D.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what our chat is.
Yeah, can we replace you with Chat GBT?
You can try
Chat GPT would not do
I rolled a
nearly the
13.
same job that Josh
to replace
does.
me.
Yeah. With
I can never be replaced.
I agree.
Yeah, you need to hit.
Irreplaceable You starts playing in the
You
background.
need to hit at least 40. The DC
DC 40.
40.
DC 40. Little known sequel to DC Talk.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds like a Christian band from the 90s.
Okay.
Or a hip hop group. They claimed to be a hip hop
So wait,
group
wait.
at one point.
Can I-
Sorry, I didn't mean to
DM, can I
distract.
ask a question?
Sure.
When this thing exploded, right? Like, how large are the fragments we're talking about?
You fled. You didn't really stay to it.
Well,
examine
surely
it.
I've seen like the shadows of there was lights in a camp, and all of a sudden there's a dark spot where.
It broke apart into pieces that were approximately humanoid sized.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like you're flattening a whole wall of cavalry or something like that, you know?
I mean, but it would be pretty cool if we did.
it would be cool, but it didn't.
Fair enough.
All right.
You know what ChatGPT's official answer is?
What?
It's more about storytelling and an imagination rather than precise measurements.
Yeah.
Chat is calling you out for breaking the cool guys don't look at explosions rule.
Well, you know what?
Feels bad, huh?
I'm above being cool. Literally.
You did just cause a big fire. You're probably pretty
I'm
warm.
above it.
We're above heat.
That's true.
But hot
And
air
below
rises.
cool.
Gunner,
Yeah.
you are awoken by the sound of an explosion. Everyone else around you is sleeping through the thunder
He has
of the storm
explosion
outside.
sense.
They're used to the thunder, but Gunner knows the difference between something going boom and the sky just having a little thunder in it. This is explosion on a level that you've not experienced.
Even destroying the tower.
It's akin to destroying the
Okay.
tower.
The hairs on his arms. Right?
Yeah, the hairs on his, a little
On his
frizz
stone
kind of
arms.
goes through his body. Fox and Jeb roll Constitution saves against your exhaustion because you've been out
Did
all
not rest.
freaking night instead of resting.
Gunnar is going to try to go to the watchtower and see if he can see anything from there.
Gunnar heads to the watchtower, and as he cannot fly, he has to go up the ladder. There's a simple ladder inside the watchtower. I promise I'll come to you in a second. He has to climb up the ladder. There's a simple ladder. He gets to the top of the watchtower. The watchtower is empty. There's no one in it.
Oh, why?
Gunnar looks out from the watchtower and sees
boom.
in the distance. I mean, there's still the storm, the blizzard, everything. It's still thick. You can't actually see whatever the explosion is. But Gunnar, I mean, he's well attuned to explosions. Roll perception with advantage.
Your boomy sense is tingling.
Yeah.
Constitution, I got a 19.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay. 1 layer fatigue for you. No fatigue for
First
Jeb.
roll was a nat 20.
First roll was a nat 20. Of course it was. It's Gunnar.
Yeah.
I think you should roll again to see if you get better.
No. Gunnar, even though you can't see the explosion, just from the sound, the way it reverberates, and some of the the aftermath sounds and things like that, you can piece together exactly what happened.
Oh, yeah.
So you know the material that was exploded. You saw the cast iron cubes on your way up the mountain. You know that they must have blown up. And as you're kind of taking that in, you hear the footsteps of 2 people walking towards the camp. A very tired-looking Fox and Jeb, who looks kind of energized.
He's got some pep in his
Yeah,
step.
are walking back to camp. You are at the top of the watchtower. You can yell down to them if you so choose.
You guys,
Yes.
did you do what I think you just did?
You
It's
betcha.
It's even better than what you think.
You have no idea how much respect you have given
See,
in my eyes.
you two, I knew you two would get
So
together.
imagine a small hole cut in the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just small enough that you can mend it, I bet.
And you know what I did to the wolves?
Oh, you bet.
Yeah.
You remember when I did that to the
Oh,
wolves?
yeah.
I cranked it up times 4, and then we
whoa.
did 2 of them,
And then we sealed the
and
hole.
then he capped it.
You're mad geniuses.
Do you need a minute?
You're
Hey,
mad
Hey, Gunnar.
geniuses.
Jeb.
Yeah.
So this interaction is going on. Gunnar is enjoying the fact that his friends are mad geniuses. Almost, I mean, it's almost a holy moment for Gunnar, right? Like this,
Yeah.
this is almost a sacred moment
This
for
is
Gunnar.
incredible.
And unfortunately, in the middle of this holy moment, things do go a little wrong. Gunnar, you're having this thing. You're yelling down to your friends. We're actually going to have this moment from the perspective of my friends Fox and Jeb, who are on the ground. So you are speaking to your buddy Gunnar. You're looking up towards him.
Same
and
time tomorrow?
He's looking down, talking to you, and then he vanishes from view. The only thing you see is the flicker of a spiked chain wrap around his neck and yank him backwards. Go ahead and add this mini directly behind Gunnar as a shadow creature launches out of the shadows, its chain still bloodied with the blood of the previous lookout from this tower, and sneak attacks Gunnar. It rolled a natural 20 to hit Gunnar.
Yeah, that hits.
Sound the alarm!
Yeah, it does. Thanks. It rolled a natural 20 to hit Gunnar. We're going to roll its damage and everything, and then we'll go back into the real flow of time here.
I need to update my spells.
Does Thraxenhow react?
Same.
Thraxenhow, not
Okay.
yet. It only, just happened like 30 minutes ago or 45 minutes ago or whatever. It's, it hasn't been that long. Okay, so
He hasn't noticed it happening.
I don't know.
Gunnar.
If that explosion is happening.
Oh yeah, but like it takes time.
Gunnar, make a DC 14 dex throw at disadvantage.
Jeb is freaking out.
Nat 1 because of the disadvantage. The
Nat
first roll was a dirty
1.
20.
No.
Suffer 22 permanent necrotic
Ouch.
damage to your
Oh,
max HP
Jesus.
as you are ripped backwards, and then you are flung off the tower. You fall 40 feet to the ground. That's another
I cast
4d6
levitate.
damage. Hang on. You're flung off the tower, and then the damage dice is doubled. So instead of 22, I need another 4d10.
Okay, 22, sorry.
Yeah, so the 22 is not actually accurate because we need to double damage for the crit.
Jeez.
No, geez, Rick.
I would like to cast levitate on him if possible.
1, 2 is 3, plus 8 is 11, plus 9 is 15. 15 plus the original 22 is 32, 37, plus 4d6 of falling damage. He's flung off the side of the tower you can't see, like because it pulled him away from where he's talking to you. So just by nature of how the two of you are looking at each other, he's flung opposite you.
I can
Flung
see,
off the
yeah.
tower. And as you fall, you see the creature that grappled you vanish from view as you plummet off of the tower. The tower is at the front of a cliff. So let's say you fall onto the ground though, rather than off the cliff. So you fall.
I'm falling this way?
No, you're
No.
falling onto the cliff.
Here?
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
Yep, over there. Gunnar has fallen onto the ground.
How much fall damage did you roll?
46.
that?
I didn't roll it. 46. I'll roll it real quick.
Okay.
You take, and this at least does not double. Oof. 18 plus 4 is 22
22
points of falling damage.
He's not permadead, if in case anyone was
Okay.
worried.
But he
he is down.
Okay, he's unconscious. And the shadow creature has vanished from view. So you two are talking to Gunnar, a chain wrapped around his throat. He vanished,
I'm
and you
pulling
don't
out-
see his assailant.
I'm pulling out
know
my
these.
flute whistle, and I'm hitting the shrillest note I can.
Yeah,
As
the
loud as I
alarm
can.
reverberates. All of you who are sleeping in the guest house, you are summoned by the sound of this.
What's going on?
We're under attack! We're under attack!
It's one of the chain things.
And let's have everybody roll initiative.
Oh, snap.
Is our friend, this lady, helping us? Is she there?
No, she
Okay, she
left.
left.
11.
Oh, I should be ready to do that. Everyone roll initiative, and I'll call
okay,
for numbers
sorry.
from you.
Yeah.
Should I should roll for Gunnar still so that he can roll
Yeah,
death
for his
saves.
death saves. And don't tell us what he rolls on his saves.
Oh, bunch of burgers and a burger.
Chat has redeemed Deadly Combat. You are unable to... now, as a reminder,
no.
Deadly Combat does not prevent stabilizing at
you're
0
right.
hit points.
Yes.
So he still doesn't necessarily have to die. He just can't recover HP. So he's out for this combat.
But be mindful, guys, that does mean that if he
For 10
takes-
minutes.
if he takes 2 hits, he dies because
Yeah.
he loses death saves.
Yeah.
And this goes till 8:41. Would one of our Peanut Gallery friends be willing to set a timer for 10 minutes on their phone just so I make sure I don't extend these beyond where they need to go? Okay, has everyone rolled their initiatives?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's go 20s and above.
Gunnar had a 20.
Okay. 15 to 20.
19.
For who?
For Radford.
10 to 15. 5 to 10.
8.
9.
8.
Alan also had a 9, but your dex is better, so you'll go first.
Yeah. Fox 9, Owlin 9,
8 for Jeb.
8, Bruiser 8.
Yes. What's Jeb's dex?
Bruiser's going to be faster. He's a rogue.
Okay.
1.
And then that's everybody, right?
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4,
technically-
5. That's 6 of you. And I
Technically, he
need to-
uses his intelligence, and that's a +4.
Okay. And I have
I
rolled.
think that's still a dex thing on when
On
breaking
ties.
The tie.
Yeah, for breaking the tie.
I have rolled for the shadow creature. However, since you can't see them, all of you have the surprised condition for the next round of combat.
Alan does not.
Yes, except Owlin, who I
Because
think
of his
can't be.
barbarian level. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he burns a rage slot for that though.
okay.
So now, and we didn't complete our long rest, did we? Or did we?
No.
We interrupted. Okay.
Yeah, we interrupted your long rest.
Counted as a short rest though.
Yeah, you did get a short rest, so you
I
can
didn't.
spend hit dice. Those of you who rested, you can spend hit dice. You just can't. And that would have happened before combat, so it doesn't apply to the 10-minute rule. Okay, we enter combat at the top of the round, but you're surprised, so we skip until it is...
Except for Alan.
Except for Alan, but he's not before the Shadar-kai.
Cool.
So the shadow creature appears out of the darkness in a flanking position
Of
Fox and Jeb. It appears directly behind them, and it's going to use its turn to make a full multi-attack. So it's going to attack each of you with its spiked chain. It's flanking, so it rolls at advantage. That's a 26 to hit Fox.
That hits.
And that's a 19 plus...
Hits Jeb.
Okay, it hits Jeb.
Does that count as flanking if he's by himself?
You're surprised.
Well,
You're
yeah,
surprised.
that's surprised.
And
You're
he's
right.
behind you. Like,
Surprise condition.
flanking
adds
means he's
advantage.
behind you.
Well,
Yeah.
5e is like weird.
I'm going to
Yeah.
use my
Yeah.
reaction, Chronal Shift, to force him to re-roll that attack against me.
Okay, just to check, you can use that on people you can't see.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's a good question.
Because you don't get a reaction if you're surprised, do you?
You know, that's actually a better point.
Okay.
That's a better point.
Okay. So he does hit both of you with the chain. But it's not a 20, so that's good. He rolls his. Each of you makes a DC 14 Dexterity saving throw, please.
oh no, I saw one of those.
21.
I can use my Chronal Shift to re-roll
On your
that.
own thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that you can use.
That was a natural one.
And
We
Jeb
don't want
also has the Rod of Luck.
that. He does. Still not good.
You can
Okay.
make an auto pass essentially if you want.
That's true.
I'm going to use it.
Okay.
So I go for the Chronal Shift and just try to rewind it, and he still can't force him down that branching path.
Yeah.
He it's like he gets hit,
Yeah.
and then he rewinds and he goes another way, and it adapts, and he gets hit there too. And then this third one,
He blocks it with the spike, maybe. Like the bayonet, right? Because he's using the mithril thing.
and
Like,
it goes
blocks
for like
it.
yeah, and is able to swing
And
it
so
out of the way.
clangs off of the mithril spike. The spike glows blue on one of the names as it bounces off of you. Fox succeeds as well. So both of you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
But you do not suffer the other effects of the necrotic and the poison and
Yes.
whatever else. So each of you takes 10 points of damage, and then the creature's going to roll stealth to hide. It's going to use its teleport action again at the end of its turn here. So it has rolled stealth, and it's off the initiative map for right now. And I'll tell you, if you find it, then I'll tell you where to put it. You can roll perception to track it down. In the initiative order, that ends the surprised round.
Well,
So
Alan
Alan's
gets to
going to
go.
go
Yeah,
first,
okay.
and then we'll just start at the top of initiative order.
We need to see it.
Alan is going to cast light on his scimitar of speed.
Smart, let's go.
He casts light
That's
on it.
dope. Okay.
And then he's going to move as far into the middle of the battlefield as
Remind me,
he
is light 30 or 60?
can. Is 20 bright, 20 dim.
20 bright, 20 dim. Okay. And he just moves out to the center there. Okay, great. You do not see the shadow creature, but from previous encounters with it, you know that means it is not within a 20-foot
Yeah.
radius of Alan. It could be in the dim light,
Yeah.
but it is not in the bright light.
Okay.
And that brings us to the top of initiative order. It is Gunner's turn. Let's roll a death save. Don't tell us how he does.
Alrighty.
Oh no.
Hide the die.
And again, the party are aware that Gunner is down. Right over there on the side. Lights are beginning to flick on in the Sunset House, but they're not warriors. They're not used to reacting to like a combat in the middle of the night. So that's why it's taking them a little while to come and join you.
Okay, I rolled.
Okay, that brings us to Radford's turn.
Radford is going to run out. Is that him?
Yes.
Nice. Back to back with Owlin. And he is going to use all of his turn that he can to survey the area and search for this thing.
Roll perception with advantage. Between Owlin's light, Radford's dark vision, and the fact that he's taking a whole turn to basically do that.
Dang it.
Even with advantage, huh?
Even with advantage. That's a 9 plus Not much.
The Happy Muse subscribes with Prime and increases the
let's
crit
go.
die to
Ooh,
3.
Let's go. Ooh, let's
The
go.
crit pool.
11 perception.
11%. You are not able to track down the creature. It is
Okay.
still somewhere out there in the mists.
I can't see it.
That makes it the shadow creature's turn. Comes after Radford. Go
I
ahead.
would like to use my bonus action, patient defense. He's
Sure.
gonna post up.
Yep. He posts up. So there's this really sick, like, lit in silhouette by Alan's scimitar thing of, like, the raging barbarian and the ready monk in, like, their ready position. Wow, if that is not... Julia, make a note of perhaps I would love that art. That would be insane. Okay, so that makes it the shadow creature's
You're
turn.
raging, so your wings are out too. So it's just like
Not raging yet.
Yeah.
Because in order to cast the spell, I can't. If I cast the spell, I can't rage.
The shadow creature rolled a 16 to hit Bruiser. Does that pass Bruiser's AC?
Yes.
Okay. You can put the shadow creature directly behind Bruiser. It's in the flanking position.
No.
Face him
And
towards the
I can't
center,
see.
yeah,
Like that.
the shadow creature, boom, appears behind Bruiser. Bam! Swings out with the chain and slams it around Bruiser. Bruiser, I need a DC 14 Dexterity saving throw, please.
So smart on that light, though. So smart on that light.
17 on the die.
17 on the die. You pass. You take 10 points of piercing damage, but you don't get the other negative effects. It is going to go for its multi-tack. So
no.
it's going to attack you one more time. It has a chain on both arms, basically.
Okay.
It rolls a natural 1. So it attacks Bruiser, but his roguish instincts and being a smaller creature, he's fast enough to dodge out of the way. You can flip him around to face the creature so he's not flanked. And in the trip up, it is not fast enough to disappear before you have 6 seconds to attack it. So for the next round, it won't get to use its teleport action. And that brings us to the next person in initiative order, who is, scrolls through, Fox. Fox, it's your turn.
I'm immediately eyes locked with this shadow creature, casting fairy fire again.
Okay, yeah, fairy fire.
Is there a certain range on that, or do I need to move you to get you to be able to do it?
I don't believe if it is, I will move. It's a range of 60 feet.
60 feet.
So I think that should be ranged. If it's not, you can move me within 60 feet.
It's within 60. He's within 60.
Okay. And just a reminder, the affected creature cannot benefit from being invisible.
Okay,
Oh.
great.
Now that I've casted that, that's
He
an
gets a
action.
save. Yes?
Yes. Dex save.
Dex save. Sorry.
Dexterity save is...
Always forget.
Oh, it's a good roll. 19.
He fails.
Oh,
No.
Jeb hits him with the mithril rod.
There we
And
go.
he fails. Oh, dang. Boom. He looks like he's going to succeed, and you almost watch as like a second version of the creature comes up and doesn't look at you in time to react to your spell, and fairy fire erupts around it. What color?
This time it's going to be a vibrant blue.
Vibrant blue erupts around the
Electric
shadow
blue.
creature. The shadow creature like kind of grimaces and looks around at it, but you can't see much of its face through the fire, right? Like it kind of makes you night blind.
Right.
And that brings us to, unless you're, no, you've already moved.
I'm going to, well, I haven't moved.
Okay.
I'm going to move towards the light.
Great. So you move into the light as well.
What's your move speed? 30?
30.
And that will bring us to Owlin's turn next.
Okay. Alan is going to move to the creature with the light on his sword.
Okay. This is a
And-
raging Owlin.
Not raging, actually.
Not raging. My mistake.
Because in...
We
what-
keep assuming.
You can rage if you want
I
to.
thought he said he activated his rage for an ability.
Well, he
No,
used a rage
you,
slot.
you burn a rage slot to
Oh,
ignore
got it.
surprise.
Oh,
Got it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Alan is going to use the Scimitar of Speed to triple attack.
Deadly combat has
So
ended,
good.
which means that HP can be regained.
Okay.
Okay.
He's going to triple attack, I heard. Let's do
Yes.
it.
Here we go.
What's 9 plus 8? That's a 17 first
Okay.
attack.
Let me see if that hits him. I think it does, but I'm going to check.
I'm trying to...
Yes.
I got so many pages in my
That hits him.
notebook.
The AC to beat is 15.
Okay. That's a definite hit. Another hit. So 3 hits. That is 3d6 plus 15.
Okay. And as a reminder, as long as you're within 30 feet of Jeb... Oh, you're not, so never mind. Jeb's Rod of Luck makes 19 crits.
9 plus 15 is 24. 24 damage on the Scimitar of Speed.
24 points of
With
damage.
light cast on it, if that makes any difference.
Okay. No, because it's not radiant damage still. It's still just...
Yes.
Okay. So
I just know for some of the various shadow creatures we fought in the past, light has helped.
yeah, they're all crafted differently and,
Yeah, I
and
know.
work
I
slightly
know.
differently. They have permutations.
Permutations.
24 damage
Yep.
so far. Great. You
Various,
slash
if you will.
across it, and little bits of kind of shadowy froth sort of come off, but it does not look to be like bloody,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. The next person is Bruiser.
Okay.
Bruiser, it's flanked. Alan's right there.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
So
Do your thing, Rogue.
yeah, Bruiser is going to attack at advantage.
Bada, 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 bada.
That's a 19.
19. That hits.
And that's a crit.
No, Jeb's too
Oh,
far
Jeb's
away.
not there. Okay, so 19 will on the die will hit. And he's
Speaking to
gonna
the
get-
mic, please.
He's gonna get sneak attack, which is 6d6 added on to the 1d8.
Do you need more d6?
I know I have it.
Okay.
That's 66 damage, right? You said 66.
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
Always and forever. that sounded really passive aggressive. I didn't mean that at all.
What a joke.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was funny.
No, I love that.
funny,
Moron.
guys. I swear.
Okay. And then 1d8. 6, 9.
I like how
15.
Trevor's dice tray is like a subwoofer. It's
What
just
was
like,
after the 9?
Oh, yeah.
and then it's just right
sorry.
there.
5,
20?
8.
28?
Sorry. Let me restart.
Restarting.
Yeah.
Six
6 plus 3
8. No, 9.
plus 5
14.
Speaking to the mic if you can.
plus 2
16.
plus 3
19.
plus 8
27.
plus 5.
16 plus 2 is 18.
I thought
Oh, my goodness, guys.
27. No,
Okay.
26.
26.
26.
Plus
Plus
five.
what? Plus 5?
Plus, and then
31.
plus 3.
Okay.
Plus 3.
34.
34. Okay.
My
So that brings us
brain-
to 58 cumulative points of damage so far. Bruiser, also, that's your rapier, right?
Yes.
You just with the rapier,
Swishy
and you get a
splash.
couple big chunks of it ripped off the side. It does appear to have been bloodied, so to speak. Like the creature is weakening. And that brings us to Jeb's turn in the initiative order. Jeb is way back from the group right now, back outside of the compound.
Yep.
The fight has really moved over towards
At
where
least
the guest
60
house
feet
is.
away.
Yeah.
Jeb
Or
is
at
going
most.
to. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. Not that one.
Or
Um,
can you?
Yeah.
Vsauce, Michael here.
Let me give him a spell card. I thought I had an extra spell slot on a thing, so I was going to do another thing, and I was going to wreck him to all get out. But we're going to do something else.
Okay.
We're doing something else.
Jeb is going to cast Hand of Jebediah.
Ooh.
And a big spectral mole claw just like comes up out of the ground, almost like Hand of Coal, but it like rips itself free, and it's just going to just sock this thing right in the face.
Okay.
So
Does that count as hitting it in the face if it's a giant fist?
How big is the fist?
It's large.
So to hit it in the face, you would need to hit either Alan or Bruiser.
Aww.
They're right next to it. You can actually, that little guest house, you should be able to kind of pull that off. It's only attached by one
Oh.
tape. So,
That would be nice.
yeah.
Here we go.
And you
oh
just
no,
set
our
it
guest
wherever
house.
for now.
It's
Our guest house.
away in
You
the
punched
wind.
it away with Hand of Coal or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's gonna like we're just gonna go like boom, show up here as like its own thing, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
just gonna just rock'em sock'em robot. Moves at your command, mimic the move of your own hand. Hand is
Give him a good bonk.
Bonk.
It has a strength of 26
Okay.
and a dexterity of 10. See page 2. It has this card has a page 2.
Bruh.
No, it says look at the daggum book for more information.
What's the
Hold on.
actual spell that you're reflavoring?
Big B's hand?
Big B's hand.
I got
I
you.
believe you can use it in a couple different ways. You can use it to like
The hand
get in
of Big B.
between
And they
Bigby's hand, you
say-
have the option of clenched fist. The hand strikes a creature or object. On a hit, the target takes 48 force damage. Forceful hand, the hand attempts to push a creature in a direction you choose. Grasping hand, the hand attempts to grapple a huge or smaller creature within 5 feet of it. You can then crush the target with bludgeoning damage.
That's what I want.
Okay,
It's gonna grasping hand. It's gonna grab onto him.
great. You use the hand strength score to resolve the grapple.
Yep. So it needs to make a.
Chat increases the tension pool by 1.
So I believe grapple is opposing athletics checks.
Or
Okay,
strength.
Yeah. So you're rolling against
athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah.
a +8.
Okay,
That's a natural 1. But I'm gonna. No, I only have 1 left. I'll wait.
okay.
It's gonna grasp.
It's going to grasp at the creature, and the creature takes advantage of its ability, like the shadow from the light, to activate its teleport
spectral.
ability.
The hand?
Yeah, that hand is spectral.
Does that make it translucent?
Yes.
Okay. Then it's not going to teleport, but it does dodge away. So it's going to jump backwards into the guest house. It's going to jump backwards through the open door and get out of the way.
We get opportunity attacks?
No, because it just succeeded on a dexterity. Like, it's
Okay.
being dexterous. So it jumps away and into the house, and that spell misses. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I think that's all I have.
You can move.
Oh yeah. Dude.
All right, that brings us
Yeah.
to Gunner and his
right.
next death save.
I'm gonna die.
All right, he rolled.
All right, Gunner has rolled. That brings us to the next turn in initiative order, which is Radford.
Oh baby. Well, that's a big old hand there. But I respect it. I respect it. You need to work on your technique. But I respect it. Can we still see the thing in the doorway, or has it like vanished in the shadow? Or
It has jumped into. It's got fairy fire on it, so it's jumped back
Oh,
through the
right.
doorway, but you can
Oh,
see the
yeah.
outline of it.
So Naruto run, chuck, 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 chuck,
Okay,
and pop, 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 pop.
you're gonna try and punch it.
Oh yeah.
All right, roll your rolls to roll.
First hit with
Time.
advantage.
Punch.
19.
There we go.
But that's within how many feet of Jeb?
30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Barely in it,
That's a
barely
crit.
in it.
That's a crit.
Heyo.
Double dice plus 3d6 from the crit pool. Thank you, chat, for your
Nice.
subs.
Go.
So that's 2d6 plus 6 plus 3d6.
So 5d6 plus 3?
5d6 plus 6, I
Oh,
think.
5d6 plus 6.
Oh, that was a one that moved. 3, 4
7.
plus what?
7.
No.
No.
I'm
He's got it. He's
adding
doing the adding.
Oh, okay.
8, 11 plus 6 is 17.
17 points of damage. That's from the first hit, right? Not
That's
the whole
from
thing.
the first hit.
Okay, 17 points of damage.
Good job on that fairy
Second
fire.
hit coming. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
That's a 20 to hit.
There we
20
go.
to hit successfully hits.
Was it
Roll
the
'em.
natural one?
Don't roll
No.
all of them.
What?
Because it's not a crit, right?
Oh, you're
'Cause you
right.
added
1d6.
3d6.
Yeah.
Whew, I was ready to go.
Yeah, Radford was ready. He was like, give me all the dice.
10, 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Wow.
Okay,
How's
11
it
points of
looking?
damage on it. It is, it's not looking good. It's to the point now where when you hit it, the chunks of shadow disappear. So there's like little holes in its form, and they kind of vanish into that ethereal limbo energy and make weird noises.
Okay, I'm going to flurry of blows.
Okay, you're going for the kill?
I think I'm going for the kill.
There
All
we
right,
go.
roll to hit.
26.
26 hits.
I'm just going to do the other one.
Sure, yeah.
23.
23.
Man, you hold a lot of 2s and 3s with this advantage.
Between the two of them, like between the two hits, you successfully kill the creature. So you like hit it with two more
Nice.
well-placed strikes, and it fades away into limbo energy.
Did it drop
Gunner,
anything?
No, it didn't drop anything. It was all like shadow energy.
Okay.
Gunner, go ahead and roll another death save. Just between the time it takes for the party to leave combat initiative and get to you, there's at least one more. And then talk to us about the state they find Gunner in when they, assuming they go there. tell us about what state they find Gunner in.
Yeah, we're going to Gunner.
I'm casting Healing Word. If it was still an initiative, that was my next move, was to move 30 feet and cast Healing Word.
Sure. So you head over towards Gunner to cast Healing Word. He's still got that death save beforehand. But yeah.
When you reach Gunner and then cast Healing Word, upon the casting of Healing Word,
Don't
Gunner,
do this to me.
Gunner sits up.
Okay, go. Yay!
That was that. That's never happened to me before, but that felt like it was pretty close. I was starting to see a light, like a mini explosion off in the distance. I wanted to go towards it.
Well, don't. And heal 6 plus 9. 9? Am I doing that right? Yeah.
15.
I think I'm doing that right.
Jeb walks up to Fox and says, Zoth would be proud of you taking
I'm going to
care of
add a
everyone
5th
like
die
this.
to the tension pool.
Oh,
I'm just doing the best I can,
You're
man.
you're taking his advice. And you're doing it.
I do have to say, I've got nothing left in me.
The
After
monks
this
finally
fight.
having like gotten together their weapons
It's
and
enough.
stuff, they come bursting out of the Sunset House, and several of them run up just to like check on you and like, what's going on out here? Is he okay? And one of them runs over with a steaming cup of tea that's got some medicinal like stuff in it to kind of help. So recover another d6 of health as they give you a sip of the tea.
Gunner had 1 success and 2 fails.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa,
snap.
cutting it close.
Yep.
what happened? Why was that thing here?
It had to have been here or on the way here already, right?
I would imagine so. I don't know
It
how
couldn't have
fast
got
those
here
things
faster
move.
than we were.
It can teleport.
Those things can
it?
teleport really fast, though.
Really?
Yes. DM, we know roughly the range of it from our time in the vault tower, right?
So you don't know the full range of its teleport because you've never like really tested, like you haven't fought them enough to have fully tested
Right.
their abilities. But when you were in the warehouse on the catwalks, it could not go from one end of a warehouse to the other. So you assume it's probably limited to less than 100 feet.
Okay. That's like per action, or is it a bonus action, or?
It's an action, and it has one like legendary action type thing where it can spend
Okay.
to get another one.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, these things can move like at full speed over 100 feet per second. 100 feet.
Per 6 seconds.
I mean, I
6
can do
seconds.
that. That's not that impressive. It's impressive. If it's impressive, then I'm impressive.
As you're
Yes,
out
you
there
are right.
talking, the storm swirling around you, the night sky still dark above, no sign of the sky
I'm gonna-
lightening the horizon. The smell of smoke begins reaching you.
I'm gonna tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you have lights everywhere you can. Torches, light up every corner. Do not let a shadow touch you.
A cry goes up through the place. Light the braziers! And you see lights begin kind of
So-
illuminating in windows and stuff.
Who was guarding this outpost at this time? Because I don't see a body, and they were not here. I'm afraid.
The monks look at each other. Who has the roster for tonight? And eventually, Mockery comes forward holding the parchment. She looks at Radford and she goes, Poltivar.
Radford walks away.
Oh no.
Is that the one I was drinking with?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go around the tower and look all around, do another search.
In your search, you now see laying in the snow the body of Poltivar, fallen beside the tower.
I'm guessing he
The
is
spike
not.
chain mark is like, yeah, it's clear that he is dead.
It seems we are running out of time. I look back to the rest of the group.
The Soulless come forward. The council of the 4 of them come forward, and they've got a small cart with them that's laden with mugs of a caffeinated drink that they've prepared, and they've done some they've put some different herbs and stuff in it. This should provide you with some stimulation. And one of them is handing them out to you. Solera walks up and says, I know you are sleepy and you need your rest, but I fear, based on this attack, that we have less time than we thought to prepare, and I think it would be most prudent for us to begin work on the airship
agree.
again.
I Sadly, I do agree.
I prefer
real
5
quick.
hour stimulation.
Jeb and Fox, what happened tonight?
Well, I thought we were walking away with a win. Wait,
I mean, we did.
that smoke. The explosion we caused wasn't that big,
No,
Was
it was big.
but
I
is that
mean-
what we're smelling
I mean-
right now?
The caffeinated drinks, as you're kind of drinking them and taking them in, you gain the benefits of a long rest.
Ooh.
But
Oh,
they
sweet.
explain to you this is the
Thank
last
God.
of their supply of herbs and what like with
Right.
their medicine
can't make
cabinets are
more.
empty, so to speak.
Yeah.
But they are able to give you this one because they're trying to get you moving on the airship again.
Yeah.
Our entire guild is available to help with skilled labor in any way that we can. The
Yeah.
preparations that need to continue to be made for the oncoming fight, we're available for that too. Everyone has been given a torch to light their way at your recommendation.
Do you have that
Um,
roster?
Yes, I do. And that's Mockery has that. Yes, I have the roster here.
Does it have the spells listed on there that everyone knows?
Yes, we know some cantrips.
Is that it?
We are not.
What
we are
about
not
the books? Did
wizards
you,
and
did you
sorcerers.
have any books that had spells in them?
Oh, yes, we had one. And they come forward with a book and hand it to you. It's just like
Starts
a tome of
thumbing through
some wizard. It's like
Um,
a spell book that was lost to time. They found
Okay.
it, and it included like records of what he had done, which is why it found its way into their library. It was just like his sort of generic, like Cole's journal.
Yeah, yeah.
Generic journal. And in there, you find let's see, you find Warding Wind, which is a 2nd level spell. It's in Xanathar's guide. Xanathar's guide. If you want to look that up. You find the 3rd level spell Aura of Vitality,
Ooh.
and you find Enlarge and Reduce, which unfortunately I think you already
Yeah,
know.
we do.
But those are the spells
do.
that have kind of survived the test of time in this book. You know, it's a little bit torn and battered
Sure,
from its
sure.
travels.
Anybody with cantrips that are able to help with assisting building the ship, please do. Anything else? Any other cantrips you think can assist us in defense, building defenses, like shape water or anything like that? Come forward now. We gotta do this,
Any-
and we gotta do this with light. The darkness is their ally, literally.
Anyone with mending and mage hand especially report to the airship.
And so the division of labor begins. And there's a good amount of people who are available to either task, and there's a decent amount of people who don't know any spells who are only monk, right? They didn't have a
Right.
life before the guild hall, so they only have levels in monk.
Yeah.
Those people are mostly like they're manual labor, so they can help like dig or move things or whatever. But
Does-
the whole guild is awake and has turned out, except the elders and the very young. The elders and the young have been taken down into the cellars beneath the guild hall, hoping that even if the house is stormed, maybe they can hide down there and weather it out if you're not ready to flee.
Keep it lit down there.
Yeah, they keep.
Was that intentional?
No, it was not.
Do the people
For real.
Do the people working on
cap.
does like Gunnar, for instance, who's working on the defenses, does he still gain 2 oceans from this?
Yes. So you have another day has begun here basically.
okay.
So you could spend the whole day working on defenses and get another 2 oceans, or if
How
you're
many
attacked
days-
midday, 1 ocean.
How many days have we been doing this? Is this the 3rd day now?
This would be the 2nd day of working on defenses.
Okay.
It's the 4th day since you arrived at the guild hall.
Okay. So that's
Um,
4 oceans.
Yeah. And I guess it all really comes down to Owlin and Bruiser here to figure out if that ship's going to be airworthy.
Yep.
Both of you can
Yeah.
roll with advantage because Jeb has made himself and his fabricate available to
Back
you,
again,
and especially now, like you're at the part where you're building the thing, you know. Bradford Street is also there to help out with his trusty woodcutter's axe. And
I'm
Mountain.
actually not going to help.
Okay.
Since it sounds like other people
you're
have
gonna help with
cantrips,
defenses.
I'm going to help with defenses.
Okay, great. So 2 more oceans for you as well.
Dirty 20 on Alan's roll.
Dirty 20.
19 for a total of 26.
26.
Does that count as a critical success because Jeb is around?
Oh.
He's helping with the airship,
I'm
right?
right there.
So
yeah,
it's a
so
nat
sure,
20.
critical success,
Let's
nat
go.
20. Let's go. I'm going to clear the dice that are on screen here, blocking Trevor's face. Poor dude.
We're doing great.
And move that up there. Okay, so which system are you working on today, Bruiser, or this evening?
He's doing the last propulsion system.
Okay.
and then working towards the steering.
I say, and Alan is like he had already fixed the life support, but now he's installing it.
Perfect. Both of those tasks get completed.
Okay.
So all that is left is steering,
Okay.
which as the sun begins coming up, it is accompanied not by the traditional blizzard and swirling whirl of clouds, but instead smoke. As the mountain around you, the dark wood has caught flame.
Oh.
And as you're sitting there, like some of you are kind of taking a break and looking out on it. Maybe it's the people who are doing defenses, right? So Radford,
Gunner
and Fox, you're kind of working together to maybe like dig out a trench or something. And Sola Eris walks up to you and she says, "The mountain has erupted in flame.
Oh.
Yep.
It is as the Book of Diverging Paths foretold. We will flee or die this day. Prepare yourselves."
Jeb,
Bruiser starts hustling everyone. Double time, everyone. Let's get this steering done.
Same
get that
thing.
rudder on there.
What?
if we get this airship running in time, we might be able to do one more.
I mean, I'm game.
I imagine that's the best we could offer at this moment.
Gunner walks up to you, or hears you guys say this. Says, "I'd like to submit an option for something you can drop in there." He pulls out the Nomengard grenade. "Remember this guy?"
If we can save some of your shells and drop some of those instead,
Fox,
yes.
would you mind, like, how would you feel about sitting this one out?
That's fine with me. I mean, do one of you have mending?
No, I don't, actually.
I don't either.
I mean, I figure if we get
You don't know one of your cipher things? You don't have one that, like...
Don't have a cipher mending.
Oh.
I don't think. Let me double check.
But you do have
Listen.
Notion.
we can do it on our way out. We get the airship running, focus everything we can to get it running as quickly as possible, and as we fly away on it, we can dip down, and we can take care of it from there.
I mean, I'm fine with whatever options you guys would like to do for it. I'm also perfectly happy for my contribution simply to give you this, and one of you drops it down in there.
The sun is approaching noon as you're having this
Can I
conversation.
roll perception to tell if that fire was started from our shenanigans or if it was done purposely by the army or some other roll.
Yeah, sure. Roll insight.
Survival? Insight, okay.
I would take survival as well. I'd accept that. Or nature.
Does it smell like trees or burning creatures?
I'll take insight or survival because they're the same for me.
Okay.
In survival.
I got a non-nat 20.
Non-nat 20. You are pretty confident that this kind of fire could have been started by your explosion of the cast iron. However, you are equally confident that an army launching its attack may have started a fire like this to mask the sounds and sights of itself attacking.
So I see this as
the
two
dark
scenarios.
wood was an obstacle, right? It was too
Yeah.
dense for them to walk through.
Either we started this by accident or they did this to cover their tracks and also clear the path to us. And honestly, we always assume the worst case in this kind of scenario.
Yeah.
So they're already marching. I think it's best to assume that.
Yeah.
We can't see out into the distance though still, right?
No, you can't see between the blizzard and the smoke. You can see
Yeah.
less than you could normally see here.
Right.
Let's get this airship
So
done.
yeah, back at the airship, Alan will assist with anything with getting the steering going, if that helps with anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an Artificer's Tools Intelligence with advantage. Or actually, I'll have you choose who's helping who, and that person rolls with
I think
advantage.
Alan would be helping Bruiser.
Okay.
Alan
so,
will be helping Bruiser
So
in this
Bruiser,
case.
go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh, glad I have advantage. Natural 20.
Let's
Natural
go.
20.
You rolled a 1 and then a 20, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
You successfully get the steering system mounted and on there. You have not yet done the safety check as far as evaluating you know,
Yeah.
how much weight can go on the ship. And you believe that you can evacuate the guild at such a rate that within 6 hours, everybody is loaded on safely and comfortably, or within 4 hours, you run some risks, but you get everybody onto the ship.
Alan's current thought is that if he spends time doing the safety check now, that will just mean that the army will get here.
Yeah.
And there will be not any time, no matter what happens, to fix the ship or change the ship between now and when the army gets here.
That's a fair
So
thought.
the thought is just, we need to just load people on.
Yeah,
Great.
Brewster agrees.
You begin loading people up. The first hour of time passes. Over here, what are we doing as far as, is Jeb leaving? Or are we staying because we think the army's coming?
I think they may have already loosed whatever is in there and are starting to
I think
attack.
we board the ship, and once we're above the army and we have a better sight line, we see.
Make a decision then.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many of those do you have, by the way, Gunner?
Oceans will decide how many of these I have. Is their actual answer.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
how many are attached to the ship and ready to drop?
Technically, Oceans will decide how many are
Okay.
attached to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ship. Like, I have 2 of these on me, and I don't feel at liberty to reveal anything else.
Good to know. Good to know that you have X amount of them.
Because that's how we chose to do the preparations. So
Yeah.
DM.
Yes.
During this time, this day has been going on, right? While this has all been happening, Radford has been diligently building a library in the cellar.
Okay.
He has sequestered out an area in the sewers and has been working to move as many of the books into this like safe place.
Okay.
The idea is that it is in such a way that if/when the Sunset House falls, the books will be buried in a tomb, essentially. And he's calling it Pultivar's library.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. Pultivar's library.
Yeah.
In the cellars beneath the guild hall is being constructed. Owlin, you and Bruiser, have we separated people to where they need to
Oh,
be on
no,
the map?
not yet.
no.
Let's do that. Just for no reason in particular.
It's fun. It's fun for visualization.
Yeah, it's fun for visualizing, what's happening, right?
It's fun when the DM just tells you to make sure your minis are in the position you're in.
Yeah.
Fox, where are you being?
I've been running back and forth communicating, but I've been helping with the fences mostly.
I would think helping with the fences would mean you were at the front yard.
Yeah.
And we can put,
Jeb
if you've
is
still
there.
got
Jeb's over here
Mockery
too.
out there,
No,
you
Jeb's
can
with
put
us,
Mockery in the
Oh, yeah,
watchtower.
Jeb's over there. You're right. Well, no, he was, and then he went over here.
Oh, okay.
Where's
Where is
Mockery?
If Mockery's still over there, you can put her in the watchtower.
He was over there when we were installing stuff, but once we started working on
I
steering,
think Jake
he
has
went up
her
here.
on
Sorry,
her
what?
side.
Mockery?
Yes, where's Mockery?
In the watchtower.
Oh, Jeb moved back over there. Okay.
And
Winged Badger Man, does he need to go anywhere?
He's B Street. He's over by the airship.
Yes,
He's
you're
working
right.
on the airship with the group there.
And then Radford is down there in the cellar.
Yeah, and just for kicks, while we're arranging our minis where they go, maybe we should all roll initiative just so we have it out of the way.
Oh no.
Just
Just
for
in case.
just in case.
I'm gonna blow my nose after I roll initiative because it sounds like
All right.
this is where this
Got
is going
mine.
something where.
Yeah. Let's
it's
say
always wise to blow your nose after you roll
So wait,
initiative.
is this 1 hour after we started loading?
Yes.
That we rolled
Yep,
initiative?
you've got 1 hour of people
Loading
who are
time.
loaded on there already.
So best case scenario, we still have 3 hours.
yes.
All right.
Okay.
Funny.
20 plus.
I got 21.
Yeah,
Gunner got a
21.
21. And
Fox got 21.
okay, Gunner and Fox both have 21. 21, Fox 21. That makes sense. They're both like doing defenses. 15 to 20s.
18.
Okay.
Jeb and Radford both had 17.
Bruiser 18, Radford 17, Jeb 17, Owlin 17.
Yes.
Rod of Luck appears.
Nope, we've hit that
I
one
know, I
already.
know,
The
I know.
criteria get harder.
I know.
Mm.
Oh.
Okay. The 10 to 15.
I think that's everyone, isn't it?
Oh, is everyone on there? You're right. Everyone's on there. Sorry.
At least we rolled initiative good for once.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna need it. I'm
Yeah.
assured. I'm assured by my own instincts that we're gonna
Thank you.
tissue box.
I like
to
our new
rescue.
customized shirts.
Sherds.
Yeah.
Sherd?
Assured.
That's fair.
Assured.
Assured.
You can be most assured.
Or
We're
least
mostly
assured.
shirted.
I think we're all
Mostly.
shirted.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly
right.
could be all.
Are you ready?
No.
I'm going to
No.
go put some minis on the map.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
DM's getting up.
Oh, geez, Scoob.
Oh, geez, Rick.
Has the chat said anything interesting?
Oh,
Chad
look at the
says
DM.
being able to spell well
Glancing
would
from
change their
above,
lives.
putting on minis like he
yes.
owns the table.
Oh, yes.
How utterly foolish of him to suppose that we don't have fireballs.
Are we introducing the
the gargoyles?
gargoyles?
Please. We're here for the play-by-play
We're
announcement.
the commentary gargoyles.
So just to add context, chat, after we did
my
some
name's Play. Your name's Play. We're by each other. We're the
Yes.
play-by-play gargoyles.
add some context last night after doing some Patreon content, we celebrated a birthday.
We can go by like the
and
bridge.
we're
if you want.
outside
Okay.
setting up a fire, and our players Trevor and Wash here were sitting on the balcony above us watching as we were setting it up
Gazing below.
Oh, yeah.
and
The
gazing
little
below,
plebeians.
and they just made up these characters on the spot about being two gargoyles just harassing the people
know.
below. You know, it's a thing. I don't like where this is going.
It seems there are quite formidable
I like
enemies.
Where it has gone.
Bum, 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 bum. It's terrifying.
We set
to
the scene.
see.
Until the fireballs go on.
Defenses are being made. Gunner and Fox, you're hard at work in the front doing something, and out of the smoke of the fires and the blizzard and the darkness and the mist, you begin to see some small shapes appearing, and they begin to materialize into private security goons walking forwards out of the darkness towards you, 4 of them walking in formation. At the same time, you hear a cry from Mockery. She yells, "They're climbing the cliffs, not the ravine!" And you notice to your right, another one has climbed up the cliff face of the mountain, the south side of the mountain, and is scampering up and readying itself for combat. They are armored. At the same time, on the other end, the west end of the guild hall, you are beginning the evacuation, Owlin and Bruiser, or you're continuing it, I should say, the second hour. You're moving into the second hour of evacuation when someone just screams. One of the like lesser trained people kind of screams in fear, and you turn around and you can see a shadow creature has appeared. Actually, 2 of them have
In the
appeared.
day.
Yes, in the day, 2 shadow creatures have appeared, and you can see behind them some kind of heavily armored figure that you can't see the details. They have a hood kind of covering their face. That figure is, sorry. One of them is above the ice garden looking down at you. One of them is in the ice garden with you where the evacuation is. Where's that last guy?
The red guy?
Yeah,
The red guy got put in over here.
Oh, put him in this ice garden.
Oh.
He should be there.
Oh.
There's the so like he's just so covered in cloth wrappings and stuff that you can't really see a face or anything under there. You don't know who it is. They have 2 swords sheathed across their back. And the forces begin kind of appearing out of the darkness, and we enter combat initiative once more.
Ooh.
You should use an ocean.
I will.
Okay.
When
Can-
it's my turn.
Can you use an ocean?
When it's my turn.
Okay.
You can use an ocean like whenever you want.
I don't know the most advantageous way to use
Okay.
the ocean
Well,
yet.
remember
That's
we
fine.
were talking about what we should be doing with the front?
Yeah.
Why are you talking like you can't say everything out loud?
Okay, the two center people who are approaching Fox and Gunner, they advance 15 feet, drop to a knee, and raise rifles of ice knife.
I would like to spend an ocean. I'm going to force this.
Okay.
One of us definitely put down way back, right? We saw that they were going to at least have a unit do a frontal assault.
Is that not this bridge, though?
No, we definitely
No.
rigged that too.
Yeah, okay.
That's another ocean.
yeah, that's the one I was thinking about.
We put proximity mines buried in the snow around the area, like just covering everything
Like a minefield.
east of the bridge.
Okay.
It's just a minefield.
Every square foot, or is it like checkerboard?
Checkerboard.
Checkerboard?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'll do is
So that means
yeah, the 15 feet. The 15 feet. Then they've definitely crossed one of them. You go ahead and roll a sleight of hand to lay the minefield safely. That's the skill we'll use here. And the better you roll, the more mines you're able to bury.
Oh, I'm ready for this one.
That's a 30.
You bury all the mines. It is a full checkerboard, which means that one of those two, we'll pick the one on the right, triggers a mine. We're going to treat mines as your normal fragmentation grenade gunner.
Okay.
I don't remember what damage that deals.
I have it written down.
Okay,
somewhere.
great. Yeah. So if you can figure that out, we'll give that damage to the
They
other
make
guy.
a DC 15 dex save.
They fail in this
Okay.
occasion because they didn't know about it.
Well, technically, you had him move 15 feet.
So one of them hits one and the other one hits
Well,
two.
or they started one square outside your minefield.
Oh
or,
yeah,
you know,
so it'd be like,
yeah.
eh.
Kaboom.
19 damage.
19 damage to one of them as a mine goes off. That private security goon is out of commission, laying on the ground.
Saboom.
The other one gets their rifle up, takes aim, takes a shot at Fox.
Fair enough.
I traded.
Fox, that is a 14 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, they take a shot, but Fox, knowing where the mines are, dodges out of the way and doesn't set off a mine. The next turns in initiative order are Gunner and Fox.
All right, we need to back off through the bridge, goad them onto the bridge, and then we'll trigger it. All right.
Can I roll stealth to make sure nobody heard that?
I'll roll. I mean, Gunner.
Oh,
can
yeah,
roll stealth,
sure.
Yeah.
so make sure nobody heard.
I just want to make
accept
sure.
it.
You know, I would like to throw out that Gunner can also speak birthday cake.
That's true. Gunner said it and
we,
thieves can't.
We
Yeah.
say it and thieves can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Bruiser. Y'all got
Yep.
like a little birthday
True.
party going on.
So yeah, we'll do. You want to use it just max speed all the way across?
Yeah.
So just the dash action.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then yes, I guess dash action. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna use dash as a bonus action.
Okay.
Oh yes, no, yeah. Dash is bonus action,
Yep.
and then ranged attacks across.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what Gunner's gonna do.
So-
Although Gunner's bow is gonna snap after one hit because of the brittling of
Yeah.
the other stuff. So he's gonna shoot one arrow across though.
Good remember. I forgot about that.
I
Oh
wrote
yeah,
it
that
down.
should mean that Bruiser's rapier, I think, is
Oh.
broken too.
Yeah. I forgot.
Now it's broke.
Dang.
Didn't somebody? Oh yeah.
Dirty 20 on the ranged attack though.
Dirty 20 is going to hit.
Okay.
Are you aiming at the other guy with the ice rifle? Yeah.
Either that. Actually, no. Let's aim at this guy.
Okay. Closer, more in range.
Yeah.
Great.
4 damage,
4 points of damage. You hit that guy for 4.
and then Gunner just tosses his bow off the side of the cliff.
You know
Yep.
what? I'll take this as my action. Let's say before I did my dash. Can I roll a performance check to point at the mine as it exploded to make them think I casted some sort of magic?
It's in the past, so now it'll need to be an ocean.
Oh,
How many oceans you got?
I have 4.
I only had 2.
Probably not worth it.
Save it for.
I don't
something else.
know.
I don't know. Well,
If we can goad them into thinking I'm the one casting the magic, that could get them all killed.
that's true. That's up to you. I think that's up to your discretion.
I'm gonna roll an ocean
All right.
and a performance check. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right.
With whatever the rod of
I
charisma
roll
gives you.
advantage, right?
Yeah.
With the rod.
Performance or I guess this is more deception, isn't it?
I guess you could say it's deception.
I'll take deception.
All right.
I think arguments can be made for both.
Yeah. What?
I just happened to make the same exact roll.
Is it good?
We're doing deception, you said?
Yeah, deception.
That is an 8 plus 3 is 11.
11. Okay. You have no idea if they took the bait or
Of
not, but
course.
as well as you've given it your best effort to convince them.
Yep.
That brings us to the next person in initiative order. Okay, is the 3 remaining security goons up there. The one who you hit with an arrow, yep, he's going to drop to a knee, pull out a rifle, and this one is slightly different. Instead of having blue runes and etchings on it, this one has red runes and etchings on it. As it lines up,
Is
it's
it a
going to roll
rifle
to
of
hit. It's
firebolt?
shooting back at Gunner. Gunner, it rolled a 22 to hit you.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay, so that hits you. You take
Excuse me.
13 points of fire damage.
Halved to
as-
7.
Yep, half to
6,
7.
actually.
Well, yeah, to 6. As Firebolt hits you, and it doesn't ignite you, but the railing on the front of your balcony catches fire. The Sunset House is wooden, so you've got probably 2 turns before that fire spreads into the Sunset House.
Ooh, okay. that imitation fire resistance.
Nice.
The next two who are just at the back, one of them, the one on the right, has wised up to my right. I'm sorry. Yeah, my right. The one closest to the cliff has wised up about the situation. No, you had it. Yeah, that one. He's wised up about the minefield.
I never
He's
even saw
going to
that
climb
one.
back over the edge of the cliff and go around.
He's just gonna dip out.
No, he's not leaving. He's just climbing down and kind of going around the watchtower.
Okay.
And the other one is going to very tentatively, he's going to roll some investigations to navigate past it. He definitely rolled high enough. So he successfully identifies the checkerboard pattern and gets to your guest house, which he's going to climb onto the roof of with the rest of his movement.
Like,
Yep, so he climbs up on the guest house there.
where do you want him on it?
On the corner closest to, yeah, something like that. And you've got there's actually a grid on the top
Yeah.
of the guest house
Oh.
you can put there.
There you go.
Yeah, I know I made it pretty much impossible
that's
to
fine.
identify.
Connor,
but
we need to get inside.
yeah, so he lines up there, and that's their 3 turns. The next people in initiative order are Bruiser and Radford. Bruiser, go ahead.
Question about the weapon. Is it all the weapons I was carrying or just my main rapier?
It was just one weapon is damaged by it. So
Okay.
you're. Do you have a backup rapier?
Yes.
Of course you do. I've packed my backup rapier.
So he pulls out his second rapier, and he, one of these two, I guess. He's gonna run up to the guy in red.
Okay.
He's gonna move 30 feet.
Okay, so Bruiser rushes across the ice garden towards this kind of cloaked figure.
I
This-
assume on that smaller grid size to match with the other stuff, it's 4 squares per each.
yeah.
per
it's-
five.
Sorry, I just didn't have a chance to draw
No,
it
you're
in
good.
with the Sharpie.
So do you think?
Are you trying to just move within range of him? You definitely can.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he is going to use a bonus action for insightful fighting,
Okay.
which is as a bonus action, you can make an insight check against a creature you can see that isn't incapacitated, contested by the target's deception. If you succeed, you can use your sneak attack against that target, even if you don't have advantage on the attack roll, but not if you have disadvantage on it. For one, and then slash for 1 minute, or until you use this feature again against a different target.
Good luck. I've just rolled. Your DC to beat is 26.
Oh, jeez.
I have a +10.
But
So
you have to
16
roll
or
a
higher.
16 or higher.
Yeah, actually, no, yeah, because you're the attacker, so 16 or higher.
Yep. 18.
18. The odds.
All right. You are able to attack it as though it were a sneak attack.
That was like a 20% chance.
Yeah,
Okay.
Did I do that math right?
I think you did.
So it's gonna
I'm also not
be
good enough at math to check
4
you on
times
it.
5.
1d8.
Yeah, that's 20. Yeah, yeah.
And then it's 66? Yes.
Yeah, there's. Oh, it's not a crit, so never mind. You don't need the crit pool.
No. Close to a crit,
want
though.
it.
But I want the crit pool. Chat
please?
Thank you, chat, for
Yeah,
subbing
absolutely.
and giving us
Thank you so
extra
much.
crits.
Yeah, that's 3 tonight. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, chat.
Super duper appreciate that.
One more.
Do you need another D6?
No, I
you
got it.
Okay.
I enjoy rolling more
Okay.
dice.
One more dice.
One more dice.
That sounds like you're shaking keys over there.
I was gonna say that's a
Or
really
coins,
satisfying
yeah.
dice jingle that we're
Yeah.
hearing.
Okay.
Oh, dice. Everybody
So we got a
loves
2,
Oh, dice.
Okay.
a 4,
6,
6,
5,
11,
3,
14,
14,
6,
19.
20,
Wait, yeah, 20. I'm dumb. I'm going to stop.
5,
25,
3,
28,
plus 3.
31.
31 damage.
31 damage. What did you hit it with?
Rapier.
Rapier. Oh, okay. So you're
Backup
close
rapier.
combat position.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bruiser weaves through the sculptures of the ice garden and kind of uses those. Maybe that's how your insightful fighting kind of appears. So you kind of like appear from behind a sculpture and just get the sneak attack. You line up and you hit. It's like a pressure point or a pain point on the creature. It's so wrapped that you can't really tell what it is, but you hit it in one of those pressure points, stab right in there, and faster than your eyes can follow, its hand reaches up and grabs your hand still holding your rapier it pulls the rapier out of its neck. You've still dealt the damage. You hit it, and there's a little bit of blood as it pulls out. It pulls the rapier out of its neck with the one hand as it smoothly uses a legendary action to draw one of the swords off of its back. The sword erupts in flame as it draws it, and then it twists towards you and attacks with the sword.
Oh dear.
As it attacks with the sword, the firelight illuminates teal eyes beneath the wrappings as it rushes towards you.
Please miss. Please miss. Please miss.
And it's going to roll to hit.
Please miss. Please miss.
Does it? Miss Glorious Pugs is like freaking out. No. No. No.
It rolled a 21 to hit you.
That hits.
Okay. It hits you. It deals 1d10 of fire damage
There
plus
were
4.
necromancer. They have necromancers. The chaos magic has necromancers. It's undead
we do know
Navira.
that.
It's
That's
undead Navira.
11
I know what to
points.
do. It's
11
undead
points of
Navira.
fire damage
Okay.
as the sword hits you. And that's the reaction from that
What
creature.
a
Okay,
perfect
it
boss
is
battle to have.
it is now Radford's turn.
Can I just say Miss Glorious Pugs was freaking out when you said teal eyes in the background. Very excitedly.
That's crazy.
Radford is currently rushing back and forth between the library. Just given he started butt crack of dawn,
Right.
how far has he gotten? Do you
Roll a
think?
percentile die. If it's below 40, roll again.
Do you want a D100 instead?
No.
Okay.
He's a traditionalist.
He's not superstitious, but he's a little stitious.
That's a 5.
So then
So
roll
we'll
again.
Roll
that
again,
again,
yeah.
yeah.
You've got at least 40. So whatever it is has to be above a 40.
12. Am I rolling just till I get above
Just roll
40?
till you're above 40.
56.
Okay, 56% of the way done.
Oof.
He's the only one working on it, too.
He's the only one working on it.
Yeah.
And honestly, he doesn't know any different. So he's going to be just... Would he have heard any of the commotion?
He's heard some shouts go up, but
He would have heard the alarm.
Yeah.
There
Yes,
was there was
yeah,
like
the
a
shrill whistle.
Yeah.
Yep, so he
Okay.
knows that.
So he's going to keep... He finished down below. He's going up for another load.
Okay.
So he's gonna get up into the library and kind of like, what's going on? People
Yep.
are probably running
The library
around.
actually does have access to the cellar, so he can go directly up the
Okay.
stairs to the library. He emerges in the library, and you can smell smoke from a small
no.
fire that started on the balcony outside.
Okay.
The library itself doesn't have any windows, so you can't look out there and see exactly what's happening.
Okay. Does he have room to rush to the door?
Probably
library
with
is-
his dash
it's like
action.
right in here,
Yeah,
right?
that's the library.
Library?
So the door's near the back of the library. They're further away from the exits.
What's
yeah.
happening? Oh, snap!
Yeah, it's started.
Doc, get your head down.
Oh, okay. Do you need me?
I mean, to be helpful.
Keep them out. If they come in, I'll help.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds great. That's
He's
the
gonna
goal.
run in. He's gonna start doing it.
Okay, so he's going to continue with the
Yeah.
books. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add that to the percentage. So this turn you're picking up the books. The next turn when you deliver them, that's what you'll add. So you're at like 54, I think you said?
56.
56 now. And we'll
Okay.
do basically every trip. So 1 round to the library, 1 round back.
Gotcha.
You can add a d20 to your percentage of completion.
That's not
Alright.
too bad.
And it's
No.
like the way I picture it is
19.
at this
There we
point
go.
he's like he no longer cares about his Dewey Decimal System or what like he's at this point he's just throwing books into his hands and rushing back down there. Okay, so that's Radford. That brings us to the 2 shadow creatures that are accompanying this mysterious hooded and cloaked figure.
That we have no idea who it is.
The 2 shadow creatures, the one closest to Bruiser,
Yep.
on the right there is going to take advantage of the flank situation
Yeah.
with Mavira and rush up to attack. It's going to do its multi-attack.
Oh no.
You can move it to melee range.
Yeah.
Okay. The first attack misses. The second attack crits.
Ooh.
It's
I would
going
like to force. Jeb would like to force a reroll on that.
Is
crit.
Jeb within 30 feet?
Is he? I can't see.
Yeah,
it
do
over
that
there.
measurement.
Yes.
Yes, he's within 30?
Yeah.
Great. So are
Chronal
you... That's
shift,
chronal
baby.
shift. Great. He forces a reroll. With the reroll, it does hit, but it's not a
Not a
crit.
crit.
It's a 23 to hit. So...
That does hit.
So yeah, with that 23 to hit, it's still going to hit you with its chain, but no longer crit. I need a DC 14 dexterity save from you, please.
Oh, I'm good at those.
I could do that.
Don't forget you have evasion too.
Yep.
Don't you have the other one? Evasion is like the AoE stuff. You can also like reduce damage.
Well, evasion's the one where you take half damage even if you fail.
Uncanny dodge is the one
Uncanny
you're
dodge
thinking
is
of.
the other one I'm thinking of. Yeah. Like, just like for
So
attacks.
that's
Right.
you said deck save.
Yeah.
Okay, 17.
You're good.
17. You pass the deck
Nice.
save. You take 10 points of piercing damage. As you do so, a great bolt of lightning comes down from the sky. Chat has changed the climate. A lightning bolt comes down, crashes into the lightning rod, luckily not hitting anybody in
Yeah.
particular
Oh,
this
yeah.
round.
Ah.
But the hail begins shortly
Would I
thereafter.
still take
Constitution save versus a d6 of hail damage as it begins
Is
But
raining
this-
Gunner,
hail.
but Gunner, who keeps failing those, is inside.
Yep, the two of you. Well, that's actually a balcony.
Is it balcony?
Oh,
is
you're right.
it covered?
Jeb is under
I-
our bridge.
Would I take half damage from that because of evasion?
Is it considered an AoE?
Yes, it's an AoE, so
Cool.
sure.
Oh, because it's a save.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's a save.
Okay.
The balcony is not covered, so Gunner and Fox do
okay,
need
we
to
still
make
would
those
take it.
those saves.
I technically am underneath a bridge.
Yep.
I got a 14.
Also a 14.
Do you want me to do it with advantage?
No.
Okay.
And then if you do get hit by the hail, just roll your d6
What's
of,
the DC?
of damage.
10.
10. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All mine.
We're good.
Passed.
Okay. The crowd begins, like, the lightning makes them jump. The hail is hurting some of them, and also they're like, they don't know whether it's safe to leave, so they're kind of bunched up at the downstairs exit of the Sunset House. They haven't run over to the airship yet. They're kind of waiting for someone to take charge and give them a command there.
But they're inside, so they're not getting hailed on.
They're like some of them were
Well, like,
outside and
they're,
ran
like,
back
here, but,
inside.
like, underneath.
Yes,
Like on the first
some
floor.
of them were
Okay.
outside and ran back under. So they're kind of piled up in the cellars on the other end. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The other shadow creature. Yeah, the other shadow creature from up above here. That shadow creature is going to get into a fight with a monk. So there's a monk up there that
Oh,
it gets
okay.
into a fight with. So there's just another combat happening up there.
What is that mini for?
Don't worry
This is
about
Josh.
That mini's just the GM.
Oh, okay.
This is a monk.
There we go. Cool. We got a monk to fight it. And that brings us to Jeb, and Owlin is on deck. But Jeb's up first.
Okay. Owlin, are you ready?
Yes. I'm down. Yes, I'm right next to you.
I'm going to melt her. Completely gone.
All right.
But I think she can dodge the first time I attempt. We need to do something to get her to burn up. Anyway, I need you to cover me because I'm going to melt the crap out of her. Okay?
All right.
But
like,
I need
like I said, you're going to be exposed when you do this.
I need a whole nother round. So we
All
just
right.
need to tie her out.
Okay.
I am going to cast Mind Sliver on
Okay.
her. Wait, no. Not that. Hold on. Let me look at my spell.
Yeah, what's that button do?
I'm going to do Sapping Sting on her.
Okay.
He pulls out his smaller blunderbuss and he twists the nozzle and it almost like funnels down to this like needle point.
Okay.
And he just and shoots this gray needle type looking thing right into her neck. She needs to make a Constitution saving throw, or she's going to take some necrotic damage.
Okay. She rolled an 11.
She rolled an 11. She does not succeed.
Yay.
Okay.
She takes 3d4 necrotic damage.
3d4.
You need D4s, Josh.
Yeah, for some reason there's no d4 in here.
8 necrotic damage.
Watch it.
8 points of necrotic damage. Great. She takes 8 necrotic damage. And the thing, are there any other effects?
I don't think so. I'll let you know.
Okay, cool. She takes 8 necrotic damage as she's
And I'm
hit by
gonna-
Mind Sliver.
Hide back here behind Alan. I'm going to try and stay close enough, but
Okay. So you hang out behind Owlin, and that brings us to Owlin's turn.
Okay.
she falls prone.
Ooh.
Oh, she falls prone.
That's
Okay, you
great.
knock her over.
that's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kick her off.
Spartan kick.
Because it sucks the strength out of her.
Gotcha.
Okay. Alan is going to. Is it considered covering you if Alan moves to melee?
Yeah,
range?
yeah.
Okay. Alan's going to move to melee range with. We don't know who this is.
Kick her off.
And what Alan is going to do is cast green flame blade on his
Yes.
scimitar of speed.
Okay.
Nice.
And then, so that means on the first attack he makes with a scimitar of speed, if it's a hit,
Bounces.
8 fire damage will bounce to the adjacent shadow creature.
Okay. Cool.
So still has
And
has
roll with
his-
advantage because she's prone.
Let's go.
And flanked.
Yeah, prone and flanked. This is some crunchy combat, chat.
but-
We're at high level here.
But overall, he's trying to just do all 3 of his
Yeah.
scimitar of speed attacks on
Right.
her.
But just that first one has the bounce damage,
Correct.
right? Okay.
And I'm glad that we. Oh, yep. So that's like a 22. That's a 22.
22 hits was
Okay.
yeah, especially with her prone.
So that has the bounce damage. So we already know that the other shadow creature takes, what did I say? 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage.
So that's done.
And a
on
little
that.
chunk of it, like its arm, maybe goes up in smoke,
Okay,
and you
cool.
hear some weird kids laughing.
That's weird. On 23 on the second
That
attack.
hits.
And a 24 on the third attack.
24
So
on the
all
third
of them
attack.
hit. That is going to be 3d6 plus 15.
Okay.
Let's go.
11. Oh, that one right.
Don't worry about us. We're just strategizing.
15 plus 15 is 30. So
30 points of
slashing
damage as
Yep.
Alan just lays into what we think is Mavira with the scimitar of speed. Slash, slash, slash. The creature is bloodied.
Okay.
You begin to see like blood kind of seeping through some of the coverings, but it's not, it's not dead, and it still seems alert, in its eyes. It kind of gives like a little shriek as you attack it. And then that brings us to the end of initiative order.
Did that damage pass on to the
Yeah,
other?
Yeah,
sure
we
that.
took care of
Okay,
that.
never mind.
8 fire damage to the
Yep.
other
That brings us to the weather. I'm going to roll for a weather event because of the hailstorm.
Ooh.
So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you. Yes?
Did Moxie do anything?
Oh, yes. I forgot to roll for her. She's at the bottom of initiative. Thank you.
She's on the tower right now.
Yep.
Radford's just like concerned about her. Wants to
Yeah.
make sure that she gets out.
Okay. Fox and Gunner, as you're up there trying to like figure out what's going on, you look over towards the tower. Like, why didn't Mockery help? And you see her leaning
said
way
Moxie.
out over the edge. She's got one hand on the banister and her spear in the other hand. And then she brings the
Runs
spear
down
close
the
to her face, gives it a little kiss, and throws it down faster than you've ever seen anyone throw a spear. And then you hear a shunk as the one guy who's trying to climb around is knocked off
Other
the
guy.
is knocked off the cliff and
Nice.
plummets below.
Let's go.
As she leans over, though, instead of hearing like a triumphant yell from her, you see her turn back to you, and she is pale-faced. She says, "There are more of them.
You need to get over here now."
I don't. They're around me." And as she's yelling back to you, we get to the
Gunner
top.
would like to use an ocean.
Yeah, he would.
Here we go. All right. So, obviously, as has been discussed previously, Gunner and Fox spent a lot of time in this preparation time setting up various explosives to protect this place.
Seems legit.
They, by our reactions before, it may have seemed surprising to us that they would try to climb the mountain. That was all a ruse. We knew this would happen. Gunner has set explosives around this cliff to trigger an avalanche
All right,
Or
I'm
a
gonna
rock avalanche.
I'm
or a
gonna-
rock avalanche.
I'm gonna cost you 2 oceans for that.
That's perfectly
The
fine.
first thing we're gonna do is we're going to roll survival or nature for Gunner to figure out where the trigger points are to make the avalanche, and then we're gonna do sleight of hand to set the explosives.
Gunner's past as a wanderer and a trapper means that his survival skills are incredible.
There we
so
go.
he's
I
gonna
just
go
want
with-
you to know that with rocks and an avalanche, it's still an avalanche. Like,
Well, you can still
be a
call it a
rock
rock
slide.
avalanche and have
It
it
would be
sound
rock
cool.
slide.
would it be a rock slide?
It'd be rock slide.
Either
if
way,
it's just rocks, it's a rock slide. If it's snow, it's an avalanche.
Rocks.
22. 22 on survival.
22 on survival. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't even take him that long. Gunner knows about big booms. That's what Gunner knows.
That is what he knows. And
And
then
then the sleight of hand
the sleight of hand.
to set the explosives.
All right. 22 again.
22 again. Yep. You not only are you able to
Roguish
set the charges,
beam.
you're able to wire it's a remote detonator, but there's an actual wire. But
Okay.
luckily, it has not been cut. So Gunner has a button that he
Okay.
can hit to trigger the explosive.
And does he need to do that on his turn, or can it be a reaction?
It can be a reaction.
Gunner will, when we exit this this cutscene, Gunner will trigger the avalanche.
Okay.
And Gunner goes, and then I'm going to do it just like this.
Exactly.
And sure enough, there is a kind of rumbling noise as the explosives go off. Little puffs of ice and smoke jut out of the sides. Little bits of rock rain down. You know, what you can't see is beneath. There's little bits of rock raining down. The security goons laughing to themselves like, oh, they triggered their explosives early. And then they slowly look up. And the camera kind of pans with them as the whole tower, the whole chunk of space that the tower is in, just begins sliding towards them. Rock slide like.
The goal isn't to
Mockery.
hurt Mockery. Yeah.
Mockery,
fine.
Mockery up at the top, stands on one leg on the top of it, takes a swig from a flask, and then salutes you with it, and then backflips off the tower. I'm going to roll a d20 for her at disadvantage for that acrobatics. At disadvantage, she rolled a 15. She's
There we
fine.
go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
She backflips off the tower and lands like, you know, perfectly planted on the ground, not on a mine.
There we go.
And she's like, you know, and now she's a little bit tipsy. But, you know, she's French. She's like, yeah, it's great. And that, okay, so that's her. That brings us to the top of initiative order now.
Okay.
And the weather event that I was talking about. So there are 6 of you. I'm going to roll a d20. All right. The lightning does not hit one of you. But right next to Mockery, lightning strikes one of the soldiers in their metal armor and blasts him off the side of the cliff. Yeah, just Wilhelm screams off the side of the cliff. And falls, plummets. The other soldier who's up there, it's his turn in the initiative order.
very
He's
weirdly,
going
4
to
times,
remain
different
on one
places.
knee with his rifle of ice knife. He's going to take a shot at Mockery.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He hits her with an ice knife. It thuds into her
After that nice
for max
landing.
damage. So this
no.
shard just like shoot through one arm, and it's the flask arm. She's like, oh, that's
no.
very inconvenient. And she looks a little woozy and confused at first, but she comes back to herself. She is not bloodied yet, not at half health. But she has an ice spike through her arm that kind of dissipates afterwards, pops and vanishes.
The spice got to me on the ginger ale.
The other guard who was
It's
that
enough to
point
change
in
your eye
initiative order, he's downed. So we're gonna skip him, and that brings us to Gunner and Fox. Gunner's up first, and then Fox. There's that fire on the balcony in front of you has spread now, so it encompasses probably maybe 10, 15 feet of balcony.
It's very much against my nature to try to put out this fire.
Fair enough.
I love how upfront and open Gunner is with his behaviors.
Mockery, is there anything we can do to help you get across this bridge?
You could kill this guy.
All right. Man. All Gunner has is a melee weapon and some ciphers that don't do much in this
Is it a
situation.
melee weapon that can be thrown?
Can you use the mines to your advantage?
Well, the thing is, the intended strat with my last oceans
Yeah.
are to blow this bridge so that they have to climb in order to get here. But Mockery is over here. You know what?
You
That's
can just
okay.
Put out the fire.
No, like I said, it's very much against
Yeah.
Gunner's nature to do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bonus action dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh,
Dang.
Gunner just stepped on a mine.
Gunner wouldn't step on him.
Okay, then remember he's got to take those crisscrosses.
Yep.
You know what I mean. Man, this is a toughie.
So you moved and dashed.
Yeah.
That's what you got.
All right, that's what Gunner. That's
Any
what,
bonus
Do you not
action?
have any ranged actions?
besides throwing a grenade, but I feel like it'd be good to save that for whatever happens
Yeah.
next.
All
Fox's turn.
Yeah, it's Fox's turn.
I am going to move bonus action dash. I'll end up right there. No, behind Gunner. Right there. And I'm going to cast. I'm going to pull out my little whistle and cast hold person on the one closest to Mockery. And
That's the one that shot her, right?
Yes.
yes.
This guy hasn't moved yet.
Which one?
He's next.
Oh, well, you know what? Yeah. I'll cast hold person on the one person. If we're going to
Okay.
think about this, yeah. If we're gonna use our brain, rub those brain cells
Sorry for
together.
recommending you use
If
your
we're
brain, my
gonna
bad.
if we're gonna brain,
If we're gonna brain,
You can brain if you want to.
they have to succeed a wisdom saving throw.
wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
What's the DC?
They fail
16.
with a 2 on the die. They fail.
All right. They are paralyzed for up to a minute.
Okay, they repeat every time it's their turn, right? At the end of their turn.
At the end of
Believe
its
so.
turn, the
Okay.
target can make another wisdom saving throw.
So it'll get another check at the end, like basically the next turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll roll that now.
I believe this is.
Chat says braining is generally unhealthy.
Right. Every time you use your brain, you get a little bit closer to death.
I believe this is a concentration spell. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Okay, it's okay because it broke. We rolled an 18 on the die at the end of its next turn.
Aw.
So it still missed that turn, which is important.
Yes.
But it does not.
Sure.
It's not held after that. The other one that had a turn here is dead already, so that brings us to Bruiser with Radford on deck.
Okay, he's gonna continue attacking the suspected Mavira.
Okay, Bruiser still in the ice garden, right up close with Mavira.
Ooh, not good, but advantage with a 16 plus 7. So
16 plus 7,
23.
23 hits.
Cool. And that is sneak attack.
Hitting the mic. How dare you?
Sneak attack in the mic.
Yeah.
Yo.
Here we go. 5,
All right.
4,
9,
2,
11,
3,
14,
3,
17,
4,
21,
2,
23,
plus 3.
26.
26. Suspected Mavira disappears in a floof of shadow. You hear a bunch of random noises, boats and dogs and all kinds of things kind of erupting from where Mavira was.
Bruh.
Bruh.
That makes so much sense.
They were in Jeb's head. Which is why, following this action, 2 more hooded, wrapped creatures with 2 short swords on their backs leap up over the cliff. One of them to the left of this group, and I'm about to give you another one for the right side of that group. Here's the one on the right side of that group.
Jeez.
Behind Alan.
Yep, 2 swords over their backs. Each of them is going to make an attack on the creature closest to them. So that's 1 attack on Bruiser and 1 attack on Owlin.
Should
Bruiser?
we just...
Yes.
21 to hit you.
Hits.
Okay, and that creature draws a sword which illuminates in like a blue sheath of ice as it slams into you for 12 points of cold damage.
Ooh.
The other one attacks Owlin with a fire sword. The fire ignites as it slams into Owlin. It rolls
A sword of fire and ice.
a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, 17 hits.
None
And
of my
it
characters
deals-
have good AC. It's actually a trait that I love about them.
10 points of fire damage
Okay.
to Owlin as it slashes him with the fire blade. And that brings us to Radford
Quick
with
strategy.
Jeb and Owlin on deck.
Quick strategy thought. Should we just get people onto the boat as quickly as possible and just GTFO?
That I
I
think that
figured
is,
we were just stalling while people are being loaded on.
No,
that hasn't
right
happened
now
yet.
they
Everyone
haven't.
kind of stopped when this started, but I agree.
Yeah. Someone could take charge and ask them to move during combat, and like
Yeah.
that's a thing. But
Yeah.
right now, no
Bradford's turn.
one is. Yeah, Radford with
What are
Jeb
you guys
and
doing
Owlin on
in
deck.
here? Get out of here. We're loading onto the boat.
Oh, is he done with the library?
No, but they all came in like to the sewers, and he's like back and forth in between there. He
He's
sees
on one
them
end
all.
of the guild hall, and they're on the other end. He can still yell to them. That's fine.
I would imagine that though that enough people it would
Sure.
be like
yeah, it kind of
filling
backs
in
up to
here.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he yells, and they kind of begin cattling towards the door.
And he's gonna go back to like up and down. He's like, just you're like it's dangerous, but get on the ship. That's safer than in here. There's a fire.
Okay. Yeah. They sort of get the point, and they start, maneuvering towards the door. I will say, Alan, you know that someone's got to like start the ship. Like it has
Yeah.
a startup sequence that
Yeah.
takes 4 rounds of combat
4 rounds. Okay.
to get it moving.
All right.
B Street's not doing anything. Just saying.
But yeah, that's true. B Street's not doing anything. He's frozen in the face of combat, and he needs someone to like snap him out of it.
Okay.
He's like frozen up by the sight
How's
of all
that
the
monk
monsters.
up there doing?
The monk up there, They're at the bottom of initiative.
Okay.
But I'll roll for them when we get there.
Okay.
All right. So whose turn is it now after Radford?
Radford is
Jeb.
89% done with the library.
Yay!
Nice. It is Jeb's turn now.
Okay. Well, oh no. What? I don't know if they're just gonna keep coming. I have an idea. And Jeb puts his blunderbuss away. Pulls that big boy. Twists along the nozzle on the front like he did on the blunderbuss, and it clamps down like a sniper rifle almost. It just pinpoint, and charges it up with this green. He pulls his big fat number 6 spell slot, locks it into it, charges it up with this big eerie green glow, and it just shoots out like a laser at one of the 2 Maviras.
Okay.
Just popped up.
Yep.
Which one?
Who will I not hit somebody along the way, because this will melt people?
Based on how you're standing, the one closer to me
Okay.
is the better shot for you.
All right,
one?
then that's the one that I go for.
Yep.
That Mavira, I'm casting Disintegrate.
Ooh.
Needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
So an 11 on the die, which is a 18.
Just kidding, it fails.
Oh, the bayonet.
slot.
Yeah, you hit him with it. All right. That Mavira fails.
We're not done.
Okay.
That's 10d6 plus 40 damage.
It disappears into a shade of randomness and the sounds and the light and whatever bursting out
And
of it.
as it fades, Jeb is going to twist the blunderbuss back and use the spear on the front almost like a tuning fork. He's going to try and capture the chaos energy and reform it.
With Fabricate?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
incredible.
Is he able to cast 2 full spells in a
Wait,
turn?
no, not with Fabricate. You said that like when the chaos energy erupts,
Oh!
he can try to use it to manifest something else.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is a mental thing.
Yes.
So Jeb is going to roll. Sorry, I
No,
was
you're
not
good. You're
tracking
good.
with you.
You're good.
Okay, so I need Jeb to roll a wisdom check or an intelligence check. So
He
since
succeeds.
oh you, oh you capture the energy. There is enough energy here for a 7th level spell slot.
Oh.
You can manifest in whatever way you choose once. So that's basically what's happened. So it poofs apart, and even as the first sound of maybe it's a dog barking echoes into the night, the rest of it you see condense into like a teeny little sniper bullet shell and whiz backwards across it like darts between sculptures in the ice garden and slots itself into Jeb's weapon. And he's now holding it charged, ready to roll. You will need a full action to cast the spell.
Okay, so he's just like got this energy kind of circulating around.
Yep, so you've
the
captured
blunderbuss.
it and you can now use it with a full action.
Okay. Oh yeah. Hey, B Street.
Huh?
Let's get this big boy going.
The
It's dangerous out here.
boat.
You get
The boat.
inside. You
The
get
boat.
inside. You get her going.
Okay. I can do that. And he rushes off towards the boat and
classic
runs,
Chekhov.
runs into the boat, up the ramp. You've got like a little boarding ramp or whatever. He runs up the boat ramp, and he's inside. It'll take him 1 round to reach the cockpit, and then 4 rounds to do the initialization sequence.
Okay.
And that brings us to Owlin in the turn order.
What?
Oh.
What?
I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Alan's like, all right.
Do they need to clear space? Do they?
Jeb said that out loud. He's just like, I know what
laughing.
I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, well, how does Jeb burst out laughing?
Oh my
Sorry.
god.
I think perhaps your wife is asleep upstairs. So
Not
just
anymore.
so we'll keep
anymore.
that in mind. Um,
Alan is going to.
Chat says almost demonic laughter levels there. Very scary.
Just wait.
Alan?
Alan is going to do his classic triple triple attack with the scimitar of speed?
Absolutely.
Old reliable. The one
There's one right next to you.
There's two next to you.
Oh yeah, there's two. There's a shadow creature and a Mavira.
the one that started trying to flank me.
Okay, that's Mavira, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nat 20 on the first.
It's dead. Don't worry about it.
All right.
You between the 3 attacks and the nat 20, yeah, you easily
Okay.
kill it.
All right.
Alan channels his barbaric skill, and he's not even like enraged or anything. This is just precision
No.
work from a guy who
Is
knows
Green
his
Flame
weapon
Blade
really
still
well.
on?
No, green flame blade only happens for one turn, I
Oh,
believe.
okay.
So you,
But it's a cantrip. But either way.
and Alan just boom, 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 almost like Samurai Jack, where it like the slash and then it falls apart. You know.
Yeah. I should
and
have done
burst
green flame
into
because there's two of them over there.
burst
fine.
into like a little field of limbo energy, and that brings us to the monk who's up here fighting, and then Mockery. Yes.
Can I have some specifications on the spells that I can cast with this? You said it's a 7th level
A spell
slot?
you know.
Spell that I know.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
spell
not
slot
happy
of that
anymore.
level of power. But you only can
Oh,
cast the
okay.
spells you know.
No, it's well. I figured we were reforming chaos energy, so I didn't. If I wanted to turn it into a truck or something like that, I figured that was
You could
possible or
create an
whatever.
object out of it,
Okay.
but it wouldn't be like an animate object. Like you can't make a construct or something, right?
Can
You
I-
could make like a boulder.
Can I plead a case on my turn?
When we get to your turn, I'll let
come
you
up
plead
with
a
a
case.
backup plan, and I will plead a case.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. The monk at the top of it, Alan destroys that one creature. Quick glance over his back to check on the monk above him, make sure he's not being attacked from up there. You see that monk Spartan kick the shadow creature
Oh,
off the
nice.
edge. The shadow creature teleports and appears behind the monk, stabs it through the back.
Oh
Um,
Oh
no.
no!
It was a 1, a 20, and a 20.
Dang.
Wow.
So it just really a lot of wreckage happened up there. That monk falls to the
Oh
ground.
no.
Either dead or at least making death
Yeah.
saving throws. The other one is Mockery, who we're rolling for here. Mockery balancing on one leg, ice spike through one arm. Mockery
Mockery, get behind us on the bridge.
pulls the spike out of her arm and kind of tosses it to the side, wincing. And she's going to use a performance check to use her background as a dancer to try and weave her way through the minefield. So she has proficiency in performance, and she pulls it off. So she very nimbly kind of hops and leaps through the minefield to get behind you on the bridge. She can't cross it this turn,
All right.
but she can get there. So that's her turn covered. That brings us back to the top of initiative order, which is the homeboy in front of you with his ice rifle. Ice rifle guy. And ice rifle guy is going to look towards you, and he says, "This is only the beginning." And then he pulls out a cipher of Thunderwave, boom, casts it, and he's going to try and hit all of you in the splash damage.
On the bright side, the pushing us back part of that, where we get pushed back 10 feet, will actually be beneficial.
Actually
to
kind
us.
of helpful,
Yeah.
yeah. So I need each of you to make a sorry, I thought higher spells increased the range. It only increases damage. So only if you're in a 15-foot range of him. Is that any of you? It looks like maybe just Gunner.
Is it a 15-foot radius?
You would need to move.
Or cube.
Okay, he takes he takes the one step closer to hit
And then
Gunner.
it's just Gunner.
And was he one of those that kind of sussed out the minefield
Yeah.
concept? Dang.
Yeah.
Would this set off mines?
Oh,
No, he
don't
moved her-
tell him that.
No.
Yo.
Don't tell him that.
Probably would.
15-foot cube, thunder damage. I think that probably does.
It probably
Let's
does.
start with your Constitution save.
Okay.
That's going to set him off all
That's
around
4.
him.
Constitution save DC 14.
That was an 8.
8. You fail your
What
save.
checkerboard
You
pattern?
take
He has
Yeah, so it's
4
4.
immediately next to him, right?
Beep, 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 beep. Because it's like this.
Oh, is it a cone?
No,
Yeah.
but it's a square, but it's
It's
centered at a
on him.
point. and
9
like,
points
boom,
of
like that
thunder
way.
damage, and you're
Okay.
pushed back 10 feet.
Okay.
As you're pushed back 10 feet, you fall across one mine. That mine is one of your frag grenades, and it goes off, and there's a space. Someone's in a space adjacent to it, so it'll hit them for half damage too.
Me.
I
okay.
did not pass the save either.
Okay, yeah, and you can make a dex save to get out of the way.
Do you have evasion?
Oh, you're right. So I still take half damage.
Yeah.
That's a 18.
18. Okay. You, I think you do pass the damage at 18. So because you're a rogue, that's no damage for you.
Right.
Correct. Let me look at my damage for the.
A little teapot, short
Okay.
and stout. Here is my detonator. Here is my bomb.
Really?
That didn't rhyme.
Shut up.
Gunner is unconscious.
Oh no.
Oh no! Gunner falls unconscious at the end of the bridge.
Not again.
At the
That
same
means
time,
he's not conscious enough to use his oh shit.
I know.
I mean, we'll see what happens here.
In a ring around the private security goon, boom, 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 boom. A ring of mines goes off. That goon is dead. Blows him up.
So, I
Um,
wanted to canon think that he did this on purpose as a sense of martyrdom. He's like, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
It's dramatic.
It is
oh,
dramatic.
Chad says nothing doesn't rhyme with boom. So that brings us in initiative order to
Be me and
Fox.
Gunner first death save and then Fox.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
Oh jeez.
So I'm going to go ahead, use my action to cast Healing Word on Gunner.
What's
Okay.
the healing word?
What's today's healing word?
Healing Word? I think I've already said
Get
it
up.
multiple times.
Lazy bones.
He just whispers, boom.
1d4 plus 4.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but what's the healing word of the day?
Oh, Healing Word of the Oh. I'm just going to look at Gunner and be like, explosions!
Gunner's eyes shoot open.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Let's get across this bridge.
Okay. What do you do next?
I'm going to then use my bonus action to dash and my full movement
In which way?
across the bridge.
You dash across the bridge and you see that the full length of the balcony is in flame. This turn, it will reach the guild hall and set the hall aflame.
So I can't. I'd be standing in fire if I went there.
Yes, you would be standing in fire if you
All
went
right.
there.
I got a quick question
Oh,
about
but the
something.
library is going to be in the sewer.
Ooh, and
the
I missed
sewer
our
will
weather
get burnt
event for the
down
top of the
'cause
round. I'll
it's a
roll that
sewer.
too.
Good.
Lightning hits nobody this round.
Yay.
Okay.
Encapsulated as stone. In
Yeah,
stone is
yeah.
what I was thinking. Like a
Um,
crypt.
Uh-huh.
I can't do it this turn because I've already used an action, but I'll stop there.
Okay. You stop there, close enough to touch the fire,
Yep.
but not close enough to get wrecked by it. And that brings us down to an initiative order.
The Radford?
Actually, I think the middle round of everyone is dead. So Bruiser with Radford on deck.
Oh, okay. Bruiser will attack the shadow creature that's right next to him.
Okay. So Bruiser still down in the ice sculpture gardens, flitting between carvings and nightmares, basically.
I'll
Yeah.
Spins around and gives another
make
attack.
sure you get people starting to board.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he got. I'm just making sure the actual people.
Yeah, Radford has yelled at them to do
Okay.
that.
21 to hit.
21 to
worried.
hit successfully hits.
Sneak attack. Here we come.
Sneak, 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 sneak.
You
sneak,
kill it.
Sneak.
Oh.
The shadow, for sure, that shadow creature is dead. Between as much sneak attack as you've got,
Okay.
you wreck that shadow
You
creature.
pick up so many dice. He's like, it's dead.
It again disappears into a little fog of limbo
Chaos
energy. And that brings us to Radford's turn.
Could Bruiser assist with the startup since there's no one here anymore?
He would need to move towards the ship and get on. The ship's at the back of the ice garden. So this round you can move to the ship. Next round you could go
Okay.
into the ship, and then third round you could be assisting.
He will move towards the ship then.
That's fine.
Cool.
Radford's hopefully last. I got to get an
Could he
11.
use bonus action to dash into the ship?
Hey, there we
Sure.
go.
Okay.
19. Radford has gotten the last of the
Nice.
the books. 108%.
Awesome. Radford has fully finished the library,
So he
even
can-
as the fire begins licking at the roof over his
Mhm.
head.
But the library is encased in stone.
Yes.
so-
Yeah.
Yep, he said that. Yeah.
Yep. So he seals the door and like, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you, but you're gonna live on in here. And he's going to head down the sewers and just start herding people out. Try to get them more orderly. starts throwing out the word prudence a lot.
Don't want to crowd
It would be
crush
prudent for
situation.
you to leave right now in an orderly fashion.
Yeah, something in action
Yeah.
is bad. And
Yeah.
just kind of shooing them. So we've got you shooing them from the back, and then it sounds like maybe Alan is planning to head up towards the front. But before he can do that, it is Jeb's turn.
What's the battlefield look like over there?
Yeah, so the battlefield right now, word picture, we've got one private security goon over near Gunner that's standing on the roof of the eastern guest house. The guild hall itself, the eastern balcony, is aflame. The fires are threatening to reach the guild hall at the top of initiative order. The western ice garden, where the ship is, there's a ship at the back that's partially loaded with people,
Back
but
here,
not
yeah.
enough of them. The B Street has rushed up onto that ship, and then there was a furious combat that seems to have just hit a lull. Alan stands alone at the edge of the ice garden, looking out over the expanse of the mountain. Up above him, there is a shadow creature that is uncontested, standing on the ledge above, that has not made a move yet because it's not its turn in the initiative order. And that is what the battlefield looks like right now.
All right. So, here's what I would like to propose, DM. It is cold. It is hailing. It is snowy up here.
Mm-hmm.
And we are in an ice garden.
Yeah.
Something that I have been planning for a long time, this isn't just now,
Oh.
is once Jeb gets 7th level spells, of making a simulacrum, which is a 7th level spell.
Okay.
It is a sentient copy of himself made out of snow until it turns into like his. It doesn't look like snow, but like you make it out of snow. And since he's thinking that these Maviras were made out of chaos energy, if he is able, he would like to try to use what knowledge he has of the spell, unlearned, of course, but the beneficial, like the surrounding environment and this chaos energy, to make a copy of himself to leave behind and cause chaos for the army and run distraction.
Because the simulacrum gains all of the spell slots.
It has it's a copy of him at this point. So it would have all of his spell slots. It would have like copies of like stuff like that. But
It just doesn't regain spell slots.
he can't get them back. He can't re-heal without like some weird stuff. So it's like a disposable.
I think
Copy
this is
of
a
himself.
you can certainly try situation.
Okay.
I think it's cool, and I always follow the rule of cool.
Okay. All right.
Right now, Jeb has a problem. He knows of a spell, but he doesn't know the spell.
Right.
And he's suddenly gotten access to power bigger than his level.
Right.
So I'm going to give you triple disadvantage, 3 rolls disadvantage on the spell. But first you will roll an Arcana. The Arcana DC is 18. And if you roll higher than an 18, one of those disadvantages will go away to make the spell work.
All right.
Random question. I assume the avatars are on the ship already or going to be on the ship soon.
Yeah, I
They're
would
in
have
a
assumed you
crowd
put
of
them
people.
first in line,
Great,
right?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they're helping us fight.
I rolled a
No.
5, so the Arcana plus my Arcana of 12 is 17.
17 is not high enough, so we'll be rolling at triple disadvantage to get
Okay.
the spell to work.
Triple disadvantage.
Here we go.
Triple disadvantage.
3 20s.
The lowest one is at a 9.
Lowest one is a 9,
All right.
but he does it.
What's your Arcana? Do you have any more
This
left?
is my 3rd one.
That's your 3rd one.
Wait,
For today.
is there difference
you sure
between
you didn't-
causing other people to do it and you doing it? Are those separate counts?
No, I thought he had used 3, but no, it's the
I
same
used
count.
I
What-
used 2 on her.
Didn't you use 1?
It is a
when
different
you were
day. It is a different
It's a
day.
different-
long rest. It's measured
Drank
by
the
long
tea.
rest.
Are
Drank
you-
the tea.
The tea gave you the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, it
the
didn't
tea
count as a
wasn't a
full-
I
long
thought
rest.
it was a different day.
No,
Are you sure?
It's a long rest, not a day.
it's a long rest.
Oh.
For sure it's a long rest.
Well, I might have to retcon 2.
No, we won't retcon the
That's
ones that
fine.
already happened.
That's fine. Okay,
Um,
well then this doesn't work, but I thought I had a third
You
because it
do
was
not
a new day.
lose the 7th level energy.
Okay.
So you can
okay.
use it again, but it does cost you your turn. Like you spend your turn trying to do the thing, you can't
Okay, that's
figure
fair,
it out.
that's
The
fair.
energy's still
That's
still
fair.
in
That's
there.
my bad for not keeping track. Okay.
That's also my bad for not realizing that there was. I should have caught that earlier. That's my bad too.
Yeah, you probably even said it like that, but I was thinking new day.
I had a similar thought, and then I thought it was a new day as well.
Gotcha.
I went back into all of the rods just to make them trackable and made it all so it's 3 per long rest.
Gotcha.
And then the lunar cycles are
The big
30
ones?
long rests. Once
Okay.
per 30 long rests.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
And so he didn't get a long rest. He got the effects of a long
exactly.
rest.
He got the benefits of a long rest, but he didn't actually rest for a long time. I mean, you can go sleep for 8 hours if you want. See if the guild hall's still here. It was a
Everyone's
cool
gone.
idea, though.
Yeah. Oh man, I wanted that. I wanted that
Yeah,
bad.
I
would've
wanted
been
it
so
for
cool.
you.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so that's Jeb's turn. So that brings us to Owlin, and then it will be the shadow creature's turn.
It doesn't pull
Okay.
off, so he's going to start backing away towards the ship,
Okay.
like closing that because he doesn't move so fast.
Yeah.
He's going to just start.
I know that in the actual terrain we have here, it's not there, but I know that doesn't necessarily reflect canon. Is there a scalable wall between Alan and the shadow creature on top of the ledge?
Absolutely.
If Alan looks at it and he rolls good athletics, how long would it take his full movement to get up to the top, probably, or would it take more than his full movement?
It is a 10-foot wall. It would
Okay.
take him 20 feet of movement to climb it.
Great.
Just because of the way the slope is. and
Alan
stuff.
is going to climb the wall and face the shadow creature.
Okay.
Dang it, I could've
Chat says
taken
so
that thing
close.
out.
They were in your corner too.
Yeah,
Chat was
yeah.
pulling for you.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Resultant Tav.
Ooh, thank you.
I guess how many feet from the wall was Alan at it? I didn't.
I think
factor that
Alan's
in.
like
That
5-ish
was
feet.
like right here, so it's probably like 10.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's Alan's full movement to get to the top, and
Yep.
then he will. What is he going to do? He's going to. Instead of his triple attack with the scimitar of speed, he's going to bonus action rage.
Okay,
Nice.
chat, you can see Alan at the bottom left of the screen here. I switched the overlay so you can see both because
Oh,
this
cool.
camera has a great shot of that little
Ah.
combat.
Right.
Yeah, so
Alan is going. Wow. Alan is going to bonus
Alan's
action
got them wings.
rage, which will have that lightning come down again. Make
Never
that
miss wing day.
DC 15 deck save.
Okay. It passes.
Okay, so it takes 3 damage, lightning damage, and then Alan is going to.
Chat's also
Attack
one of the
twice.
chatters has said, "I've got the feathers. Do you need anything? Deadly combat, a hint, anything like that?"
I don't know if we need a hint right now.
Need a hint of simulacrum.
Oh.
I also think DM hint might be 1 per session. I don't remember if there's a cooldown on that or if it's a
It's
limit per
possible.
session.
First attack is a 12. I assume that's a miss.
The 12 is a miss.
Okay.
Yeah,
Second attack is a 19.
You do
that
you,
one's gonna
Chad.
hit.
Okay.
How close are you to Jeb?
Was it 19 on
Not
the
close
die?
enough.
I moved
19
away.
on the,
Yeah,
ni-
not
not,
close.
not 19 on the die. 19 total.
Oh, okay, 19 total.
And ooh, that's max damage for that. So that is. Sorry, I got 2 character sheets in here.
You're good.
Maximum angry
Your character
damage.
sheets are so cool.
13 damage
13 damage
on the
from the
slice.
second slice.
From the second slice. The first slice missed.
Okay, so it dodges the first slice, but you hit it on like the upstroke of the second slice, and you can see that monk it killed did do some work.
Okay.
But it's still like it's still up and fighting. It's still
Okay.
up and kicking.
And thank you on the compliment on my handwritten character sheet.
I'm impressed.
Okay, it is that creature's turn, and it's the private security goon near Gunner's turn. So first, the shadow creature is going to. Yeah.
That one's held personed.
No,
It broke out at the end of its
dang
turn.
it.
Okay.
Oh, it passed its wisdom save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Did we already skip its first turn then?
Yes.
Yes.
Around?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It's easy. There's so many things.
There's a
happening
lot
different parts of
happening
the
at
map.
once here.
Yeah.
Okay, the shadow creature rolled a 24 on its first attack to attack you.
Yeah, that hits.
Where'd Radford go?
All right, set
Uh,
up down here.
Okay.
And
Pushing people out.
roll a DC 14 dexterity save. No, con? Sorry, let me make sure I give you the right
Please be
save.
gone. Please. For Alan's
Dexterity,
sake.
I'm
Dang
sorry.
Dang.
it. Did not pass. Not even close.
Okay, did not pass. 10 points of piercing damage. 22 points of necrotic damage,
Oh.
permanent from his maximum hit points until he is given a greater restoration.
That keeps happening to me.
Yeah.
And you are grappled by this chain. The shadow creature is going to use its second attack to use the grapple for advantage and it's gonna go for like it's going for the kill. Chat has redeemed Aura of Destruction for the rest of this session.
Ooh.
Aura of Destruction, I believe,
That's
is double all
area of
AoEs.
effect,
So that's
Okay.
everything with an area of effect attack, friend and foe, has been doubled.
All right.
This shadow creature, however, is going to, you know what it's going to do? It's going to rip the chain that it grappled you with and use it to spin Owlin over the edge of the cliff.
Let it rip,
Wait,
Beyblade.
Owlin-
this edge of the cliff, the dangerous
yeah,
edge?
the dangerous edge of
Oh,
the cliff.
no.
Owlin, go ahead and roll a strength or athletics or
Let's go,
acrobatics at
Owlin.
disadvantage,
Let's go,
and it's going to
Owlin.
roll an opposed
Let's
grapple
go,
to fling you
Owlin.
off.
Let's go, Owlin. Let's go, Owlin. Let's go, Owlin.
Wait, at disadvantage?
Yeah, at disadvantage.
Reroll it. I'm gonna chronal shift.
Oh, Jeb casts Chronal Shift on Owlin. He gets to
Let's
reroll.
go, Owlin.
You see
Let's
Owlin
go,
fly over the
Owlin.
edge.
Let's-
Time rewinds. Zoom, zoom, zoom. He's back on the thing
It's not the worst thing ever, but it is a 14.
with an 18. Owlin is flung over the edge of the cliff. Owlin, there's...
Does that mean Owlin freaking dies?
I don't
Can
know
he
if
fly?
Owlin dies, but he's going to fall 60 feet before he hits mountain. That's 6d6 of damage.
Doesn't he have wings?
Wait, how far?
Not ones he can fly
How
with.
fast?
They're symbolic wings.
Not even like at this level.
DM.
No, they're
How
ethereal.
fast is
I
fall?
think, right? Wait, how does...
How fast is fall?
Yeah. Movement speed.
I
Or like round.
quick. I mean, he's going to fall the
9.8
60
meters per
feet. He's
second
going to
per
fall
second?
like probably this turn.
In a single round.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget about... Oh, I'm going to Google something real quick.
Chat says rip.
I mean, the rate at which he falls is 9.8 meters per second, unless gravity is a different rate here in this world.
Nerd.
I agree with that.
It's good to be a nerd.
Oh, that's a trait that I completely never implemented, actually.
What, being a good nerd?
No, the fact that I have wings that can sprout for 1 minute at a time per long rest.
Should you
That's
do that
funny.
now as you're
No,
falling?
because we haven't incorporated it into canon this whole time. That would feel scummy to me.
What?
Okay.
His power awakens within him in this moment of panic as he stares
Yeah,
down
this is the
the huge
perfect
cliff.
moment to do it.
I don't
Why
know how
didn't
I
I
feel
use
about
my
it.
wings?
I think
It's my
all
own
this
fault that I
time?
didn't know about it.
Yeah, I think
I
maybe
am
next
fully
next round
realizing.
you could like, oh, I've remembered the thing, but it feels weird now that you know the
Me
consequence
as
of an
because
action.
here's the thing: is me as a player, I forgot that sometimes races have abilities that level up at certain levels. I just was always looking at my class and being like, "This is what I gain."
Chat's like the Avatar state.
Yes, yes, exactly.
So yeah, that's on me completely
Okay.
for not knowing that.
He'll land, smash his back,
So
triggering
falling,
the
66?
cleansing of his
66
chakras.
of damage as he falls.
I don't like those eyes.
Are you
Don't tell
raging?
us. Yeah,
You're raging.
Don't tell us if
am
Alan's knocked
raging.
out or not from the fall. We'll wait until someone comes to check on Alan to
Jeb is
find
going
out.
to fly to him the instant that he is able to.
Okay, that's still a little bit in the initiative
Yeah.
order, but yeah, when we do that, we'll come
He
back
is
to
not.
it.
He's not knocked out. He's still up.
Okay,
He hits the side of the. Is he able to like regain like?
he lands
stand
on like a
up
little
from there? Okay.
outcropping or something.
Josh,
Okay.
don't tell us if he's knocked out.
Yeah,
Immediately. He's not knocked out.
it's okay.
Wait,
It's
what?
okay.
Don't
I
worry
said
about it.
don't tell us if
My
he's knocked
brain-
out. It's
sorry.
not a big deal. Dude.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
worry
my
about it. It's
brain
okay.
literally did
It's
not even
okay.
hear you.
It's okay.
I was thinking about math.
It's okay.
Math is hard.
It's okay, buddy. You'll see
Sorry.
why I didn't want you to tell us if he's knocked
I'm
out or not.
sorry. I didn't even.
Oh
hear you say
no.
it.
Okay.
Didn't hear it. Maybe he
That
is
brings
knocked
us
out.
to the private security goon who's looking at Gunner.
Is he gonna shoot him?
He's gonna try, but he's not gonna hit him. I don't think.
Yay.
14.
Yeah, that actually does hit.
No.
no.
What is your AC?
It's like 13.
What is your dex mod?
It's only +2, and he's only wearing. What is he wearing?
He's a brainy rogue.
He's a
not
brainy rogue.
Dexy rogue.
Brainy rogue.
He doesn't have leather armor.
think
You
so.
take a D10 of piercing damage. 7 points of piercing damage.
He's gonna go down.
Does he really go down?
I'm struggling.
Oh no, poor dude is knocked down again.
I get
Mockery.
knocked down, but I get up again.
That brings us to the top of the round of initiative order. So I'm going to roll for the weather event. Nobody is struck by lightning again, but there is
Nice.
more lightning like striking near you
What was that like? Nice.
like that. And then it brings us to the top of the initiative order, which is Gunner. So roll his first death save. Don't
Alright.
tell us how he does.
I won't do. I'm sorry. I was so
It's
frustrated
okay.
about
It's-
the wing situation.
It's really not a big deal. It's really not a big deal.
When I get hungry, I'm constantly obsessed about the
I'm
wing
just trying to
situation.
create cinematic tension. I'm
No,
not
I
like
know.
you're violating the rules of the sanctity of the table.
I
It doesn't,
know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Caitlin can attest that when I'm thinking about something, I don't hear anything else that anyone else is saying. So,
Mm.
I can relate.
all right, I rolled.
Okay, that brings us to Fox in the initiative order.
Gotta stay up. I'm casting healing word.
Okay.
Again.
What's the healing word this time?
Again, that's the healing word.
Yeah. Another one.
Again?
Boom! All right, and then I'll roll the.
And then Fox, you're still standing in front of a balcony. It is now officially stretched to the walls of the Sunset House. The front wall, the facade that you would go through to get into the rotunda is burning now.
How far down? It's
10
I can
feet down
drop
to jump
10
into the ice
without
garden.
taking
Yes,
damage.
You
right?
can drop 10 without taking damage.
All right. And there's an entrance into the cellars
Yes.
down there.
Absolutely, there is.
Okay. I'm gonna drop down.
Okay.
Max, make sure he gets down here.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I don't know why I looked at him when I said that. I
Did she
should've
go
been
at the
looking
end of
Mox.
the last round?
What's up?
Did
she-
Mox go?
At the end of the last round?
I don't remember if she went at the end of the last round, so I'll just give her this turn, and that's fine. So,
Okay.
after you, she'll go.
I'm going to then go inside and make my way towards the boat.
Great. Surprisingly strong for her size, Mockery scoops up Hematish
Oh,
and Gunner,
jeez.
chucks him over one shoulder like a sack of potatoes, and hops down off of the ice wall.
She's pretty rad.
Hup.
She takes the 10-foot drop and then sets him back down and is like, okay, now you have to carry yourself. And she also sprints across the ice garden and runs into the cellars.
Okay.
So she's now
Cellars?
she and
I
Fox are at
hardly
the
know
back
hers.
of
Back of the line.
she and Fox are at the back of the line of
the
people
sellers.
who are pushing forwards. It's probably like 50.
It's a seller's market.
Yeah, it's like there's a bunch of people who may not make it onto the ship at this rate because you had only loaded 1 hour's worth of 4 hours of evacuation when this attack began. So
no.
you're rushing it as much as you can, cramming people in, whatever it takes. But you may have to leave people behind. The next person in initiative order is Bruiser.
Bruiser is going to be.
That's right. He's up in the cockpit, right,
Yeah.
helping with startup.
Yeah, he's starting.
Okay, so that means this turn the ship is ready to fly.
Okay.
All of the startup has been initiated. The engines are humming. The thrusters are thrusting. Well, they haven't yet because you're not leaving. But all the pieces of the puzzle are getting put into place. You can feel the pressurization. As you step inside, your ears begin to pop and all that kind of thing.
Would he be able to I know we said we're gonna
Welcome to
not do
Airship
tertiary
Industries.
safety checks
Please
just to make
fly
sure
safe.
critical things are good to go.
Sure, yeah, he can do a tertiary safety check. So for that purpose, let's have him roll.
Please keep an eye on
Like
the exits
let's
in
give him
between.
survival with advantage because
Okay.
vehicles are
Scenes.
what he knows.
18 plus 2, so not natural 20.
Non-natural 20. So he's able to go over the initial safety checklist, and he feels like, at least you've done everything right.
Yeah.
All the pieces have been in place, and no immediate red flags have jumped out at
And
you.
then he's gonna tell B Street, "Hey, go help people get on and make sure everyone is."
Yeah,
loaded."
absolutely. And he hops down the side, and leaves behind some rope. So he's going to start sending the able-bodied up a rope. That's going to cut your time in half.
Okay.
So that's going to be his contribution to this round. That's going to bring us to Radford. Radford's at the back of the line as well, right?
Radford.
Radford.
At the back of the line.
Isn't that where you said he was? He was
Yeah.
just going through the cellar. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's at the back of the line. He's joined by Mockery and Gunner and Fox.
Okay.
Gunner
Um,
hasn't
Before we were
reached there
together
yet,
in the
but yeah.
cellars. Yeah.
How tall are the ceilings in the cellars?
They are 10 feet.
10 feet.
Maybe 7 feet. It's not expansive, but it's tall enough for a normal humanoid.
Okay. He's going to take his shoes off, sling him over his shoulder, and run out the door on the
ceiling.
shoulders. Oh, on the ceiling. Up the wall.
Sure.
Yeah, that's more
Just goes
polite
up
than
the
on the
embankment
shoulders
and
of the
runs down.
people.
Okay. Yeah. Radford zooms across the cellar and comes out on the
He'll
other
leave
side.
his shoes on for that one.
Cool.
Okay. And he's going to burst out the other side.
Takes his shoes off, puts them back on,
Yeah.
and then sprints across.
Yeah, we're gonna not step on people.
Yeah.
And he's just going to shoot up around there, bust out the side. Will I have room to get up to that shadow creature? I can Step of the Wind if need be.
I think with Step of the Wind you could make it.
Okay, with Step of the Wind, I would like to get up to that shadow creature and just sock it in the back between the shoulder blades.
Great.
Just like right up the wall.
Okay, you sock it in the back between the shoulder
Actually,
blades. You're
he's
flanking
going
it.
up. I'm just going to do an attack, and then I might say something cool because I have an idea depending upon if he hits or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So, first attack, 16.
Hits.
Second attack, 17.
Hits.
Okay, so he's going to use his upward momentum to get up and like grab it and like swing it around and wham, body slam it on the ground.
Okay, absolutely.
And then just like elbow drop like right on top of it.
Yeah.
So that's like
you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Fox busts out his saxophone.
Radford from the top rope.
That's 15,
Here comes the
17
skill
points of
check.
damage.
Okay, Radford slams it on the ground, drops down the elbow, and your elbow hits snow as it vanishes into a cloud of limbo energy, poofs out away from you.
With the last fleeting seconds of his turn and all of us, he's going to survey the area. Does anybody else look at, like, does he see them in the distance off of the map? Any more coming?
You see 7 of them coming from the west, and you see one hooded figure. You can put the GM mini out there standing in front of them, facing, like, back to you, facing towards the 7 of them. It puts down its hood, and you recognize Sulfanaga as he takes 2 nunchaku, sets them on fire, and takes a ready position, like silhouetted by the nunchucks as they're kind of spinning in place, ready to fight these 7 private security goons who are coming towards you.
I don't have a bonus action to patient defense, but Radford is going to post up respectfully behind him
Yeah.
and just mutter, "I've got your back."
He hears you and he says, "Get the others out. I'm not joining you."
That would be prudent, wouldn't it?
It would be. And he says, "And you might consider taking these people on by myself to be rash." And then he shrugs and he bonus action dashes towards them, and you lose the sight of him in the darkness, but you hear a lot of weird chaotic noise. Jeb, it's your turn.
On the big boy, boom, he's flying down the edge.
Jeb
Just
flies.
boom,
Okay.
right down.
Jeb flies over the edge towards Alan, and he's greeted by a completely surprising sight. As those on the ship saw Alan fall off the edge, Jeb zooms off over him, but they see an ancient white dragon come back over the edge. Thraxenhal soars upwards from down there, carrying a 500-foot cast iron cube in its claws, having caught on its whiskers. Like Alan is holding on to a whisker, and Jeb is like, now he's frantically trying to stay away from the dragon, who doesn't really know friend from foe at this point, soaring up in the air with this cube. And then it just drops it, and it plummets past the side of the of the cliff. And you hear him roar, and any of you who speak Draconic or Alan with his comprehend languages hear him say, "Stop happening things!" And then Alan is deposited, not really softly, like Alan's kind of flung. You didn't take any fall damage,
Okay.
but you take 6 points of damage as you're kind of flung off the dragon. Jeb maybe catches you like a southern belle and lands you on the ground. And the dragon turns around and with a great roar, activating its ice breath, soars down the side of the mountain. Further down the mountain, you hear something roar in reply. We cut back to initiative order where Mockery and the other folks at the back, we're kind of exiting initiative at this stage.
I would say Gunner will have caught up
Gunner
with them.
kind of
And then
catches up.
Gunner has 2 oceans left, and
Yep.
at a certain point, if things happen on this side, he would love to trigger them.
Sure.
I'll just keep that in mind.
Between Thraxenhau's aid, which you secured earlier in great fashion,
There we go.
the fact that you blew up one of the 3 containers of chaos energy and magic that was being brought to fight you, and the fact that Thraxenhau just destroyed the other one, the siege is effectively ended.
For flavor,
Yeah.
I have a Gunner action, a
Yeah.
Gunner ocean.
Hit us with that flavor.
Basically, he would like to trigger the same avalanche that happened over here on this side.
Another
that side.
avalanche. So it's like as Thraxenhau dives down, he's
Yep.
surrounded by avalanche. That's amazing.
Yeah.
His breath weapon makes the avalanche snowball bigger and bigger, like exponentially. So it's like a tidal wave coming down the side of the
That's
mountain,
all of Gunner's Oceans.
crashing down towards them.
Very good.
Yeah, chat. I agree. I want a sign for work that says "Stop happening things."
We all
huge
need that
tidal wave
sign.
crashes down as it rushes across the fire line of the dark wood, which is obviously no longer dark.
No longer on fire.
Up in the sky, an airship takes off, and this is you folks.
Oh, this is good. Okay. I thought this was the bad guy.
An airship takes off with most of the members of the guild.
most.
Several of the able-bodied members decided they would stay back as
okay.
part of the evacuation and rushed to aid Solfeniga. Rushed towards him off into the mist, and you hear the sounds of them fighting and doing combat. And so because of that, you're able to get the elderly and the more infirm onto the ship. You take off into the skies just as the sun is kind of peaking. And as you come through the blizzard, Bruiser, able-bodied, steering the ship like a seasoned pro, getting you through the storm. You come out on the other end of the storm, and you can see what was roaring in reply to Thrax and Hal.
Ooh.
You look down, and you see 3 great dragons, or like adult dragons, 3 adult dragons of limbo energy, facing off with Thraxenhau. And even as your ship makes it safely out of the range of their combat to where they couldn't pursue you, you watch as Thraxenhau is slain, and the storm around the Frozen
Can
Fang
we
dies
use
out.
the bombs on the ship?
I already used all my oceans.
Well, you did you use 2 for that avalanche?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's setting and then
Yeah,
it's
no.
But you had 2 on your person.
And on that note,
no.
today's
That's
Dungeons
how-
and
yeah, no,
Dragons
it's over.
mega session
Uh-oh.
comes
Oh,
What?
to someone's coming over here to complain that a chat reward's not working, I think. Oh, Willa just came over here and hit me in the face with GM. Take that back. Do you have the points for it?
It says feathers balance 5,100, and that's 5,000.
Oh, yep. She does have the balance, but for some reason Twitch isn't accepting your reward through. So yeah, GM, take that back. Instead of seeing Thraxenhau die, you see the combat continue as
Okay.
you leave. So
Okay.
you don't know what happens to him, and I will
Okay.
give him a fair roll as I plan the next
Nope,
session
that's
to
good.
see
Okay.
how the combat goes.
Better than dying in a cutscene.
Yep, absolutely better than dying in a cutscene.
Bay.
And the storm continues raging around the Frozen Fang.
He's
as
gonna
you
happen.
Fly off. Yeah, he wants happening to stop,
That's
but
right.
maybe he needs to happen.
Maybe he needs the happening.
And you fade off into the night sky to complete the next section of our adventure.
Wow.
Maybe the final section of our adventure.
Wow.
The search for the final avatar
Dun, dun,
begins.
dun.
Not tomorrow. We're not streaming again
No.
tomorrow.
I mean,
But next session, which will be the Monday after tomorrow.
Another 8-hour session. Let's go.
I mean,
let's go.
if you guys are down, I'm down, but I didn't do any prep. So
we're going to be most likely restreaming this VOD tomorrow, correct?
Correct.
yes,
We stream
I'm
on
hoping to
Monday.
have Twitch
Yeah.
restream this VOD. So if you missed a section and you want to go back and see it or whatever,
And
I'm
you
gonna
have
just
nothing to do on Labor Day.
yeah, I'm gonna start it at noon. So hopefully it'll be especially before your barbecue or whatever. You might have a chance to watch the early stuff if you missed it. Anyway, in the meantime, thank you so much, chat, for hanging out with us. We appreciate you very greatly. All of your subscriptions are wonderful. We're so
follows.
thankful. We use that money to pretend we have sponsorships. So thanks for that. This is our farewell dance. We will all begin participating in the farewell dance. And if you are new with us and you want to check out our past adventure, 2 cool things for you. One, we're available as a podcast everywhere you consume podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Audible, all that stuff. But also on our YouTube channel, Wing Badger Gaming on YouTube and everywhere else, you can see a recap of our full story. So we have a season 1 and 2 combined recap, and then we have a recap for the first arc of season 3, which pretty much catches you up to this session. So it's like a cumulative 15 minutes, and you can be caught up on the main bullet points of the story, so you don't have to go back and watch the entire adventure. But otherwise, from all of us literally here at the Wing Badger Tavern for the first time.
Shall we say it together?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
'cause we
From
can
all
say
of
it
us
in
here
sync.
at the Wing Badger Tavern as a team,
GGs and GN.
Bye, everybody.
I just wanted you to know I bought my nose on the mic while dancing with my eyes closed, and it freaked me out.
I love that for you.